Let's ride!
Gang's all here again, and we're ready to start another episode of the Crystal Mage. Had a bit of an interesting morning with some computer issues, but we're all finally here, so we're going to try and kick this off. How's everyone going anyway?
Sure.
As you can see, they're sounding really enthusiastic. Tracy's multitasking. She's currently working at the same time as eavesdropping on us, so Clover will be sort of muted for most of this initial period. But everyone else is ready to go, so we'll kick off now. As a quick recap, last session I should say, you guys had entered the castle after a very interesting session. I think it was probably, if I had to give this session a name, it was probably Girls Gone Wild. Because we had Clover and Elise running off down corridors on their own. M deciding to get up close and personal with a pit viper and almost dying. And of course Clover almost having her hand bitten off by a rather aggressive mushroom.
Was that last session?
Yep, that was last session.
Really? Yep.
I was quite actually surprised with you, Em, going into that room with the snake, and then Freyord following you. It's like, have you guys ever been to a zoo? Have you never been into the reptile house at a zoo?
Like, in my head, for some reason, when you said, "Oh, like warm and glass," I was like, "Oh, a sauna."
I basically described a reptile closure as glass, warm, sand and rocks and dead logs and things. I didn't know what else I could do to describe a reptile place, but then you went anyway. It worked out okay, but I mean, you did burn 2 sleep spells, which is interesting in overcoming those vipers. But you did survive, so okay, it's all good. And then you also found that drunken goblin. That you found the keys, which obviously led to inside the castle, and you also climbed up that well and found you saw the garden M. Which is, which you actually, when you came inside the castle, you could also see out the window. So it kind of seems to be like a garden courtyard type area outside of the castle. But anyway, so we went inside the castle and we started to do some exploring. We found a storage room, which is where you decided to dump the orb, the magical dispelling orb. Because that was obviously going to cause issues if you were trying to cast spells. You found a couple of quarters. You found what you think is probably the kitchen, but you didn't go in there. And then finally, before we finished up, we went into a couple of rooms which seemed to be quarters for the apprentice. And you found that the first one was the quarters for the necromancer, Dalius, who you encountered in the dungeon and had a battle with. So he's an ex-apprentice now. And the final room you found was the room of another apprentice. You're not sure whose room it was, but there was the room was in quite a lot of disarray. There was like things scattered everywhere. There was torn paper. There was books on the floor, and there was a lot of like scribbled writing, and some of it was in common, but then other was like in some sort of language which you didn't recognize. And a lot seemed to be from what Clover and Debbie Elise could see was that a lot of the notes related to sort of astral plane magic, like different dimensions. and there was some of the stuff that was written on the paper was something along the lines of "He is risen" or "He is coming," something to that effect. So, yeah, something obviously weird has been going on in that room, and that's where you are at the moment. So, if we move to the next layout, and here we are, so you can see. This is where you are now. Now I'm just making sure. Got it on daylight mode, so I don't know why it goes like that. It should be more lit up, but it's supposed to be, because at the moment it's probably about I would say getting close to it's probably about 10:30 in the morning. And where you are, it's essentially you don't need your torches. It's lit up. So for some reason, the way they're dynamic lighting, it's not showing the whole room. But maybe I can change that.
It's not daylight savings time.
Yeah, maybe I can turn that on. See if that helps. Doesn't seem to. Okay. Anyway, so all right. So you are currently outside this. If I move Oglum, hang on. Okay, there we go. So if I move Oglum outside, there you can see you're in a hallway. So Freyord, you're out. You come out of the room as well. I'll put you here. So you're in a long corridor, and there's just a series of doors along the way. So it's back to you guys. What are you wanting to do?
We're not worried that we're going to run into somebody, given that it's daylight.
Quite possibly. Yep.
All this creeping around, they could just wouldn't the occupants of the castle be awake at this hour? Just a thought.
Well, you did hear some sounds in the kitchen.
I'm just thinking that, or do they already know that we're in here and they're just biding our time? Just a thought.
No. Well, it doesn't. At this point, no one knows you're in there.
Okay. All right. So no one knows. Okay.
As far as you're aware, anyway.
Oh, that's ominous.
Spoiler alert.
Far as we're aware. Okay.
Okay. So, like you said, you got some corridor, some rooms where Freyord is. There is just a staircase going up, but on the ground floor there is there's a long corridor with quite a few doorways.
Do we want to continue checking out doors, or do we want to see who's in the kitchen?
Look, I like your thinking, Elise, but if we go and check out who's in the kitchen, we don't know if they can alert the rest of the castle, and then we'd be in lots of trouble. But I also am curious who's in the kitchen, and I'm hungry. I'm always hungry.
It is breakfast time.
Second breakfast, in fact.
Yes, it's nearly second breakfast. Yes.
I'd like to get down the hallway a little bit just to check out some of the rooms.
Do both.
I'm surprised that the thief doesn't want to do that more.
The thief thinks with her stomach sometimes.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's daylight, so there's not really going to be hiding in shadow situation, but you can definitely move silently down the hallway, and obviously you can listen at doors, do some exploring of this level of the castle.
Let's explore. We can come back. Is the kitchen behind us?
Yes.
We can come back to the kitchen. It's not a problem.
Hey, I'm going to go up these stairs a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So when you go up those stairs, you basically there's a landing. It's just you sort of just poking your head up the top of the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's just like an open landing, and you can see a couple of windows. But there's nothing immediate, and you can see a doorway to your left for another room.
Any indication what sort of room that is at the top?
No, it just looks like a lot of the other rooms in but you're currently on the ground floor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're going to continue down the corridor, or?
I'm going down the corridor.
Okay, so who's going to take the front? Is Freyr going to go, or Renault going to take the front as normal?
Not Renault.
Not Renault.
If this is a corridor, we should have like one meat shield at the front and at the back, shouldn't we?
Yeah. So Ogling will take the rear. I've moved Clover into the center. Ada and Elise are also in the center. So, Freyr, you're going to lead the way.
Sure. So it's going down this way. No, it's up this way, right? Are we going that way?
Going down this way is this way is going down. So yeah, that's it. Okie dokie. All right. So where you are right now, there's another door to your immediate right, but you haven't opened.
Let's explore. Let's go.
If you
Door.
Listening at the door, there's basically no sound. And actually, Ada's still got her detect danger spell. That's going to last probably another 10 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
And at the moment, you're not detecting any danger around you. Mm-hmm. Although we're only talking about a small sort of 10-foot radius that you're currently detecting. But yeah, in your immediate vicinity, like when you're outside the door, you can't detect anything of any danger on the other side of the door.
Is it locked or is it open?
The doors are unlocked.
Oh, good. Okay. That's either good or a trap.
So if I open
Maybe
this
both.
door. Okay. Opened. Yep, the door's opened. For some reason, it doesn't. Okay. All right. So going into this room here. Is that not showing up on the other screen?
This one?
There it is. Yep. There we go. Okay. So that door's unlocked. You can go in there if you like.
I'm going to go in.
Might as well.
Yep. Okay.
That's what we're here for.
Sorry.
All right. That's room 8. Okay, so this room appears to be another room similar to the other two. Seems to be like another apprentice quarters for the magicians in the castle. This one doesn't have a lot of it's a lot cleaner compared to the other two. The room is quite neat and tidy. There's actually on the desk, they're all very similar. They have a bed, they have a cupboard or a chest for personal belongings. They have a study desk, and they might have another desk with a wash basin and so on. On the study desk, there are some parchments and quills and things, but there's actually a spell book lying on the actual floor, on the actual desk.
Oh.
Is it any use to a thief?
Not until you can learn to read.
Until I can learn to read.
Until you can learn to read magical scrolls.
Not until you can read, Em. Okay.
But no, Elise and Clover, being of the magical arcane magical type, would have some interest in that. But you would need to be able to read it, because everyone's spell books are, they're all kind of written in their own sort of languages, magical languages. Like every wizard has their own particular magical script that they use. So you would need to probably cast read magic, but there isn't. When you're flicking through it, you can't see. There's not a lot of stuff written in there. A couple of spells.
We should have put more of our skill points into reading.
I can keep it until the end of the day and do some bedtime reading if I have any spell left.
Roll d20 for reading ability.
Yeah. And the personal belongings in the room seem to be, obviously of a more feminine nature. So there's like robes and dresses and things hanging up, or packed away in the chest. But
mostly feminine products.
Yeah, feminine hygiene products. And it's it doesn't look like it's been lived in as much as the other two. Doesn't seem like the occupant has been there for as long as the other two. It's a lot cleaner and more, and a bit more minimalist than the other two.
Can we see anything useful to take with us apart from the spell book?
No, not really. It's when these apprentices are at the castles, I think everything's kind of provided by the castle, so they don't need so much of their own sort of personal belongings. So besides clothing and a couple of things, you do in one of the boxes, you find some letters. And they are written in common, and they seem to be letters from home, and they seem to be addressed to Lunius.
I think she's one of the people we left in the cage in the basement.
Yeah. That's when you left locked in the dungeon.
It's for their safety. There's a rumor going around down there.
It's for your own personal safety, but we will keep you locked in a small dank cell where there's other creatures that could rip you to pieces. Yeah, so it seems like it's probably Lunius's room, and as she mentioned when you found her, she has only been in the castle for a couple of weeks. She has only recently had joined the Alcar the Mage as an apprentice, so definitely the youngest and newest apprentice in the castle. While the other two rooms were obviously other apprentices that have been around for a lot longer.
Well, I definitely think that we should take that book of spells with us, and then I don't know how much longer we want to be traipsing around. Maybe go back and get her. She could read the book of spells, couldn't she?
No one else must read it, though?
Well, Clover or Elise, using read magic, would be able to read the book. They'd have to cast a spell.
Do we need Lunius?
Lunius could read it herself, obviously, because it's her book.
Mm-hmm.
And if she had the book, she could actually, once she's rested, obviously she's not in a very good way at the moment, being locked down in the dungeon. She could, after some rest and some food and so on, she could actually memorize her spells. Like she didn't have any spells available to her when you met her in the dungeon. But yeah, she could theoretically, rememorize her spells. You don't know what spells are in the book, but there's at least two major spells, and there's a couple of cantrips as well. All right. So moving on, or you want to do like Freyjord suggested and go back to the dungeon and release her?
Well, I said like eventually. I didn't mean right now. But
Bring the book with us.
What's that?
Bring the book with us. We don't need to spend time going back to get her. Just bring it with us. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, Elise, are you going to carry that?
Why is Reynolds' screen flesh colored?
Yeah, sorry. My thing fell over. Here I am. Also, I was
Only
getting
flesh
fat. There we go.
Excellent. All right. So you're going to continue moving down?
Down the hallway.
Down the hallway. Okay. So now you've got a door on either side.
Breaking with tradition, going right, left. That's a big room.
Okay, so I can close that.
Clover sure is quiet tonight, isn't it nice?
Going down.
Just run off down that other hallway.
The correct term is it's glorious.
All right, Freyjord's gone in. Okay.
I'm in.
All right, so in this room, it being of the clerical type, you will immediately recognize this room as being a chapel.
Ooh.
So this, as you guys would be aware, that this wasn't always a wizard castle. It was a castle owned by a baron that used to own the mines and things that you've come across. And this looks like, it doesn't look like this room is used very much. It's got a small altar. There's a few wooden pews in there. And there's frescoes on the wall, and they seem to be to do with the benevolent eye again. That seems to be a dominant religion in these parts. So yeah, it's a bit dusty, and everything's obviously looks quite old. But yeah, it doesn't look like this room sees much use.
So there's really not a lot in there then.
There's an altar. There isn't any sort of like, grand sort of iconography, sort of religious, sort of like gold or anything like that. It just seems to be fairly sort of basic. Like I said, it's like almost like the family chapel. And besides the frescoes on the wall, and like I said, a small stone altar. And there doesn't seem to be anything of real value in there that you can see.
Should we check the walls for like there could be a device or something that would reveal a door, like a hidden door?
Yeah, you can definitely do that. Ada. Okay, so where are you going to check? You're going to check on the. There's 4 walls. Obviously, there's one with the door, but you've got 3 other walls. So you're just checking the wall in front of you.
Yep.
Would my detect danger detect that?
Your detect danger is about to end, and but at this point you still can't detect any danger.
Okay.
All right. So you're going to search for secret doors. So you've done some searching around the room, and at this point you can't seem to find anything that reveals any sort of secret doors or passageways.
What does this open? Oh, does this open like another area?
That's a window.
Okay.
And when you look through that window, you can see the garden that Em was talking about previously. So it's a large area with lots of bushes and trees and some quite weird-looking plants.
We're looking as in those that would take a bite out of your plants, or
Well, you never know. You never know. But yeah, certainly not your run-of-the-mill everyday plants. I mean, Renault being a druid would be able to reel off a whole list of different types of species of common trees and bushes and shrubs and so on. But yeah, there are definitely some ones there that even Renault would struggle to recognize. Similar to like in the mushroom room, where there was some common mushrooms and then there was some odd ones which you hadn't come across before.
Okay. Want to press on?
sounds good to me.
Let's just keep going. It's not dilly-dally.
Okay.
On like a relief press on nail.
Yay! Clover is here. We need Clover's help.
Actually, Tracy, is it possible for you not to use that headset, the headphones set?
Yeah.
Because the microphone on that's not very good.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, so we had a room across the hall. We should open that one up.
Okay, yeah, the other side, yep. So let me see if I opened the door on that one.
It's Clover's turn to go in.
Hey, Landon.
Tell us what's in there.
Get in there, Clover.
Am I getting in shit, or are you just guys using me as like trap bait? You're using me like the goblin, right? Like throw me down the hall, drag me back.
You're like a itsy bitsy little meat shield.
Like
A tiny meat shield, a snack, really.
Yeah.
Like
All
a
right.
tiny-
I mean, if you know anything about angles, if you just push me far enough ahead of you guys, I will shield all of you in some way.
If you squint.
Like an eclipse.
Yeah. All right. So Elise has gone into this other room. Again. The door was unlocked, as the other ones were. And this one is, again, it does appear to be another apprentice room. This is number 9. So yeah, Clover, because you might have missed the room they just came out of is the chapel of the castle. Besides an altar and some pews and things, it's fairly a normal sort of room. Doesn't look not used very often. The Freyord checked for secret passageways, couldn't find anything. The other room that you went into was another apprentice room, and that seemed to be the room of Lunius. And they found
Which one was Lunius?
the one that's locked in the dungeon.
There were 2 in the dungeon, right?
There was like a cleaning woman.
Oh, okay.
And then there was an apprentice. Well, actually, there was a dead apprentice in one of the cells. And then there was Lunius. And she was the one that was the newest apprentice. She'd only been in the castle for a couple of weeks.
Right. Okay. And we didn't trust.
And you left her locked in there. But in their quarters, you found her spellbook, which Elise is now carrying. And you found letters from home addressed to Lunius, so that's why you were able to determine who was the occupant of that room. Now, this other room, again, it's got the similar sort of furniture, so a bed, study desk, so on, cupboard, wash basin, and things like that. This room, the occupant has been in there for longer. It's looked like it's more lived in compared to Lunius's room. And there are some books again and notes and things and so on the desk and so on, and you don't know who was the occupant of this, but whoever was in there, they had been studying when Elise and Clover sort of look at the notes. It seems to be like elemental magic. Seems to be what their focus of study was.
Did they have a spell book as well?
No, there's nothing in there.
By the time we get out of it, we're gonna be like pack mules with like 14 spell books on our back, and we'll be like, I can read them all.
You're like an encyclopedia salesman just walking around carrying it. Yes, back for those those millennials, the encyclopedia salesman used to be a regular thing, guys. Would you like to buy 12 volumes or 24 volumes of Encyclopedia Britannica?
We had one.
I ended up getting a CD. I ended up getting a
store.
CD-ROM edition of it. That's how. Yeah, I had a CD-ROM edition of it.
I have that. Yeah.
Now you just got.
We had ours from the grocery store.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had a CD-ROM version of Encarta, Microsoft Encarta, if anyone remembers that.
Oh yeah.
Remember
And the game that came with Mind Maze. It was like D&D meets Trivial Pursuit.
I remember Mindhunter. That's okay. All right. So yeah. So there's a room in there. There's no Encartas or CD-ROMs or anything like that. But yeah. It's just whoever was studying there was studying elemental magic. So yeah.
All right. Down the hall we go.
Next room.
2 doors.
Okay. Okay. Again, there are 2 doors. Obviously, this room, this part of the castle doesn't seem to be as high security as the dungeon was. So most of the doors appear to be unlocked.
Mhm.
And so to the right, who's going to go in that room?
I poke my head to see if it's another bedroom.
Yeah. And yes, you are correct. It's similar to the other. They all seem to be quite identical sort of rooms. This room is another apprentice room. You can tell from the items in the room, it was probably a female living in this room. You don't know who that person was. There's a couple of books though on the animation of magical constructs.
Did they have a spell book?
No, there is no spell book on this in this room. Most of the time, most magic people want to keep their spell books fairly close to them. So a lot of times they would take them with them.
Is there anything in the room that looks like it might be a magical construct or constructible?
No. There's definitely diagrams and drawings in the study notes of like obviously this person is an apprentice and they're studying, so they might be quite basic. I mean, obviously when you're studying that sort of type of magic, you're starting off with animating small things. It could be sort of clockwork type things that you can magically animate before you go up to the bigger and larger and more sophisticated sort of constructs.
Why is there no like dancing furniture or rodents doing housekeeping stuff in these magical places?
Yeah, the fairy godmother.
I
Clover
really
pulls
feel
out.
let down.
Clover pulls out Molly and goes, "Damn."
Oh yeah, I was just thinking the other day about Molly. What's happening with Molly?
Is Molly going to like do our laundry for us, or
He's tiny. He can do my laundry.
bibbidi bobbidi boop the room or whatever?
Bibbidi bobbidi boop. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me go back out. And we didn't. There was a room on the right. We didn't go in, or the left. We didn't go in here. There's a door.
Do we go into the room on the left?
Yes,
No,
the door is unlocked. So, Ada, your detect danger spell is now elapsed.
Oh, and I've just wandered into that room.
Yeah. The room you're in is the chapel, so it's actually the other room. I'll move you down.
The next one.
This one here. And I move you in. Now moving into this room. Clovey, do you need me to move you, or you're okay to move?
Am I just still stuck in the chapel? Hello?
I think so.
I'll move you. Hang on, where are you?
I'm very pious. I'm just hanging out in the chapel.
There you go. You're in the room now. So this room, obviously you can see it's quite a large room. Show you here. It appears to be like the grand hall of the castle. Okay. In days long past, the Baron would have received guests and conducted business in the grand hall. Now the room is sort of used for formal meetings for the mage. So there's a large stone chair that occupies the center of a raised stone dais. So where you are, there's a sort of a stone dais there, and there's a large stone chair, and then there's a series of smaller stone chairs to the left and right of the chair. So you would assume that that's probably where the apprentices would sit when they're having any sort of formal meetings or functions. The walls have got again beautiful frescoes depicting agricultural life and wilderness. You see vistas of the Barrier Mountains painted on the walls. But like everything with this castle, it seems that the maintaining of this sort of grandeur has obviously not been a high priority for the wizards, who have probably been more preoccupied with their magical studies. So everything looks faded. So all of the frescoes, you can tell that in the day they would have looked very beautiful, but over the few hundred years, they've definitely faded. But yeah, so only the chairs seem to be used quite regularly for when they conduct some meetings. There is another door to on the eastern side, and then to the south there is two big double doors that you can obviously lead out. They're like the main entrance into the hall. Okay. So, you wanting to explore anything else in this room?
Or anything of
I
you?
100% want to sit on that big chair.
Okay, so Clover, little feet patters, and over she goes, and then you'll have to sort of take a run up to sort of jump up
running
onto
a running jump. Yeah.
You get up
Literally,
onto the
climbs
chair.
up, and
You
then
sit
sits
there
down, and my feet are like not even hanging off the edge, and I'm like, perfect size.
Eyes just above the table.
Yeah. So while you're
Wait, didn't you say it's on a dais though? You said it's on a dais.
So there's like a raised dais, and then there's the big grand chair, and then there's a series of smaller chairs to the left and right of it, and the chairs obviously face towards the big double doors. So obviously whoever comes in through the big doorway would get that nice sort of view of the mage and his apprentices sitting there in waiting to receive their guests.
I am the Grand Mage of Poopa. All who see me shall tremble before me.
And speaking of the double doors, the double doors suddenly fly open. Bang! And
roll for initiative.
And stepping through the doorway is something you've never ever seen before, but it absolutely scares the bejesus out of you. You see, actually, you have seen them before. Actually, you saw them in the crypt of the necromancer, but these ones are a little bit more animated.
Oh,
Skeletons, like what appears to be guards that patrol the castle, but they're magically animated, and coming through the doorway is a number of skeletons, ching, 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 as they sort of marching in. They're carrying spears, and they have some rudimentary armor on them, but they don't. Obviously, they kind of walk a little bit stilted because they're skeletons, and they don't. You got their expressionless black eye sockets and their faces, and they sort of just. They obviously were doing their sort of magical rounds, going around the castle, and they've come through this double door into the grand hall, and they just basically see you straight away, and they're like, they put their spears down, and they come towards you.
How many of them are there?
There seems to be 6.
We can take them.
We can take them.
Come on, Freylord!
would you like to buy some encyclopedias?
All right. So I think
I can turn the undead though, right? Can I turn them like friendly?
well, you don't. They don't suddenly become your best buddy. Basically, you can. When you turn the undead, you essentially cause them to flee. If at higher levels, you can essentially turn them into dust.
Okay.
So you pull out your holy symbol, but we'll have to do something. We'll have to roll for initiative.
Of course we will.
And see how we go. All right.
6?
So there's 6 skeletons.
Roll a d6, is it?
Who's going to roll initiative?
I'll do it. Is it a
Freyor's
d6?
done it.
Okay, and I will roll d6. Oh, we both got the same, so we need to roll again.
Right.
It's a roll off.
Yeah.
That's 3. Oh no.
Yay!
What did I roll?
Did we win yet?
Yes.
Oh, good.
What did I roll?
4.
1.
You rolled a 4 again, I thought. That's what shows me.
Yeah, I did. So at the skeletons one,
Oh.
because Freyord rolled a 3.
Freyrord rolled a 3,
Yep.
so we go first, right?
No, you lost the initiative because the
Oh, it's
skeletons.
the other way around.
We rolled a 4. Yep.
Oh. Boo.
All right.
know where you were
Firstly, I better just check something.
You know, by
All
the
right.
way, Neil, when I looked at that spreadsheet that you sent us that had hit points for everything, I
Yeah.
was very sad that you put Derek's hit points in there and experience and all that stuff. Like
What's
you
that?
expected us to kill. You expected us to kill the dragon. Like you thought we were. Like, that was an option. Us going in there and murdering Derek.
Basically, the way the experience points is I award experience points if you either defeat or you resolve the encounter in a positive way in some respects. So you get some experience points because you wisely chose not to try and kill the dragon. But if you had managed to kill the dragon, you would have got experience points for doing that too, because obviously you've learned how to kill a dragon. So yeah,
That is not a Disney movie. How to Kill Your Dragon.
no, that's definitely not a Disney movie. All right, so you got a bunch of skeletons that come through the doorway, and so they get to move first. So I will. Okay, so the interesting thing about skeletons is they really don't have morale, because they're basically just magically animated, so they don't really care if they die or not. So from where you're standing at the moment in the room, the first skeleton, if I can select it, is going to go towards Elise.
Well, right now it looks like Freyald is surrounded.
Yeah. Well, some of the skeletons are going to move. They can move 20 feet. So if I get the measurement, check. 20, 30, 30, 40, 40. Yeah, it's like Elise and Freyald are the only ones that can really be attacked.
Mm-hmm.
So Elise is going to have 2 going towards her. And Freyald is going to be surrounded by these skeletons. Okay, so the first. Okay, these 4 go for. All right, so we're going to have 4 of these skeletons attacking Freyald. Freyald's really surrounded. So I'm going to roll 4 times.
You can take him.
Oh my god.
All right, so that's 4 attacks. One of them. What's your armor class again? It's 2, isn't it?
Armor class.
It's normally.
I was just
Well,
joking
armor
about Freyord.
It's 3, but I have the +1 because I have the necklace.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. So your armor class is 2, which means that they need a 18 to hit you. By the looks of it, which means that they just missed.
Miss.
Oof. So yeah, the skeletons have been stabbing at you, and Freyord's ducking and weaving, and using his shield to sort of deflect the
Like
blows.
Neo at the end of
Matrix.
Yeah, he's doing the Matrix. Yeah. So yeah. Tiefling! Battle crawl.
Pick rocks, nerd.
Let's see if Elise is also sufficiently acrobatic.
She can do it. She can do it.
Ooh, okay. Your armor class is, I think it's 9, is it, Elise? Have you got one of those Yoan stones that gives you a benefit?
Yes, but it's only for storing spells, so it's not for the armor.
Okay, let me just double check. Should open that up, hang on. It's XP tracker. Okay, okay, yeah, you've got the one that just stores spells. Ada's also got a ring of protection.
I do.
Enhances
my saving throws.
Elise has the chromatic orb and necklace that she got from the illusionist. Okay, what did I say that the topaz and opal did? Hang on. If I go back to the description of the stones. Wait. Go. Okay, so you're carrying the. Okay, so Renault's got the blue one, which makes him feel stronger. Clover has the topaz, which. Oh, okay, yep.
I have written down the blue topaz is bonus to AC.
Yep.
Blue opal is +1 to strength.
Yep.
The red brown agate absorbs spells, and the red ruby stores spells.
Hang on.
And I have the blue topaz. Last I checked.
Yes, you do. Just making a note of that.
Unless someone who's got sticky fingers took it from me when I wasn't looking because I was enjoying myself in a giant chair. Can't even get a moment to relax without frickin' skeletons.
Clover, I have in my mind that. Do you remember that cartoon from like the early 2000s, The Big Comfy Couch or something, with the clown girl who sat in the.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I can see is you with a big red nose and a stupid hat.
Oh, me, I keep thinking Edith, who was Lily Tomlin from Sesame Street. And she was like a little girl, but all the furniture was huge.
Yes.
My name is Edith, and I'm 4 years old.
And that
Used to
that's
be
the
3 years
truth.
old. I was 4 years old.
All right.
Yeah, that's right. And that's the truth. That's right. Who said that?
Elise, what is your armor class, please? I think it's probably 9, but do you have a dexterity?
No, it's 9.
Your dexterity is what?
Dexterity is 12.
Ah, okay. Yep, so you're 9. Alright, so that means that looking at these dice rolls, we've got a 12 and a 10. It means, unfortunately, they both hit.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear. And it's a spear, so it's going to be 2d6 worth of damage. Ouch.
Yikes. That's a lot of potential damage.
Well, it's 1d6 each, but you got hit twice.
Hi, Elise.
Oh. How bad is that for you?
I have 4 hit points left.
Oh my god, you're so lucky. If that was me, I'd be dead. Dead. Totally dead.
Alright, so now it's your turn.
Elise is pissed now.
Elise is
Somebody's
in
gonna
trouble,
get
yes. Alright, so
Someone's getting the couch.
Vroyald, you say
Urge
you
to kill.
want to try and turn these undead, do you?
No, I want to smash him now.
They hurt my friend.
Let's turning undead. You could maybe get rid of all of them in one go, but let's just have a look.
Right. I'll try and do that.
Well, it's up to you. I'm just going to give you the options. Let me just explain what turning the undead does.
Kind of want to use some magic. Kind of want to break stuff.
So you use your power of your deity to repel undead monsters, to turn undead. The player rolls 2d6, and then the referee consults a table opposite, comparing the roll against the head dice. Okay, so if you get a 7 or higher, yeah. This is what I'm just explaining what you're going to do, because you can decide to just hit them with your mace if you want to, but you'll be only attacking one. But if you do and turn undead and you roll a 7 or higher, why doesn't it give me the? you succeeds, and then once you do that, you then roll 2d6 again, and that tells you how many are turned. So if you roll 7 or higher, you succeed in turning some of them, and then you roll 2d6, and that determines how many hit dice worth of creatures that you turn. Now skeletons are 1 hit dice, so essentially if you rolled 6 or higher, you'd essentially turn all of them.
Okay, I'll roll. So 2d6, right?
2d6, you need to get 7 or higher.
Come on, 7. What?
Bit rusty.
God darn it.
No. Okay. So that's your action for this turn. You can move if you want.
Oh yeah.
You can move 20 feet. So to give
And
you an
each of these squares is okay. I can do
each of those squares is 10 feet. So 20 feet takes you.
I'm going to help Elise.
All right. Elise, you've just been stabbed twice with a spear. What are you doing?
Bleeding.
Can I use the chromatic orb and burn them?
Okay. Let's have a look at the chromatic orb spell.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the fire to burn one of them.
Chromatic orb. There's a wand, wasn't it?
Yes.
Chromatic orb.
The chromatic orb.
Yeah. It must be in the spells. Okay.
Ada is going on a mead break while you all get attacked by skeletons.
Okay, the chromatic orb. It's an instantaneous spell. The range is 60 feet. Color of so the caster may conjure an orb of one of the colors listed, the opposite depending on the blah blah blah. What did we say the orb was?
I think she gave me 3 gems, so I can cast quartz, ruby, or agate.
Okay, so quartz gives you the effect of light. What was the other one?
Ruby is heat and agate is fire.
Yeah. Okay. So heat is if the target fails a saving throw versus spells, they suffer a -2 penalty to attacks. So yeah, they essentially kind of like overheat as such, but fire is it afflicts 1d3 damage for 1d4. So you essentially set things on fire within. Looks like all flammable objects within 2 feet of the target are set alight. Okay. So you could the 2 skeletons that are immediately around you, you could sort of like make it glow and set them on fire because they're right up close to you trying to stab you.
Would the fire hurt me or Freyr?
All flammable objects within 2 feet of the target are set alight. Freyord's probably greater than 2 feet away because he's moving across to attack the skeletons. So the skeletons are between you and Freyord. So I would suggest that he's out of the range of being set on fire.
So I can take a step back and then burn them?
Yeah, you can do that.
Or do I have to stay still because I'm casting a spell and can't move?
You're not casting a spell. You're using a magical wand.
Ah, okay.
It was a wand you were given, wasn't it? Let me double check.
Yes.
Yeah, magic wand, which is chromatic as a level. Okay, so as a level 3 caster. Okay. All right. Okay. Yep. Okay, so it actually works in conjunction with the necklace. So you've got the gold necklace with the 3 stones in it. and then the wand sort of taps into each of the stones that you basically just think in your mind. So you just magically invoke the color of the agate stone, and then when you go like this with the wand, essentially the two skeletons, everything that's flammable on them, so there's some rudimentary clothing and so on, just suddenly just catches fire. They have to do a saving throw. Let me just do that. They have to save against spells, and they have a 16. Okay. And they both fail. So that means they both take. What was it? It was 1d3. 1d3. Okay.
Also on the chart they say 1d8 damage and then 1d3 damage for 1d4 rounds.
Nice.
I think the initial target can only target
yeah. One. It says 1d8.
They continue to singe.
Yeah, it's yeah, it is. Yeah, if it does say 1d8 damage, but then in the description it doesn't say that.
You got to read the fine print.
I think it is target 1 and that's do 1d8 damage, and the 1d4 is additional to that for everything 2 feet around them for 1d3 round.
Yeah. All right. So which skeleton are you going to target then?
Whichever hit me with the 6.
It says all flammable objects within 2 feet of target. Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
All right. So yeah. So you roll 2d8, please. 1d8 for each of them.
Can I hit both?
Yep.
4 and 3.
Ooh, okay. So one of them immediately just sort of, you see it sort of, its movements go stiff, and fire's like coming out of its eye sockets and so on, and then it sort of just collapses on the ground.
So dramatic.
Motionless. While the other one is it's on flames, but it's still trying to move while it's engulfed in flame.
Ghost Rider.
Like Ghost Rider.
It's Ghost Rider.
Yeah, it's Ghost Rider. Yeah, yes. All right, who's next? Renault.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. What do I got? I've got a melee weapon that I have a chance of attacking 2 if I'm next to 2 at the same time.
I have a question that before everybody does magic. Ada, did you leave that orb somewhere, or do you still have it?
Oh,
We left it. Oh, we left it in the room. Never mind.
we left
Okay,
it because otherwise we couldn't use our magic around it.
Okay, good.
So Renault, you have the
Cleave.
Cleave. You have the combat talent, which means that if you kill one in your first strike, you can get to attack a second one.
Right. So I want to be, but I got to be within distance. So I'm gonna.
So you are distance-wise. You can move 20 feet. That can take you to basically between these two skeletons here.
Yeah. Let's do that.
So you could strike at one. You take him with your sword or spear.
I'm gonna do the short sword.
All right. So you pull your sword out. Go for which one, the left or the right?
Left from my side or left from theirs?
Left from your side. Is it left or right?
Let me hold up my fingers. Let me do the one that's the left on the screen first, since he's more of a threat.
That one. Okay. Yep.
That's the one.
Roll your d20.
D20 rolling. I got a 10.
Ooh, that's probably not so good. What's the armor class?
Are you roll shaming me?
I am. I'm roller shaming you.
Telling you, it's Groundhog Day. He should get to roll again.
What do you mean roll again? I didn't roll the first time.
It's a doozy.
Okay, well, you rolled a 10. I think that's going to be enough. No, unfortunately. What's your strength?
Good enough.
Oh, and you've actually got that. Oh, hang on. You've got the
13 plus 1.
What you can do, because you can move 20 feet, you could actually charge into the combat as well.
This is the first I'm hearing of charging into combat.
Yeah, what's charging?
Ada did it last week when she ran into the room to charge at the goblins.
Is this like similar to running, jumping into chairs?
So I will show you exactly what that is. Let me just find the combat. Where is it?
Sorry, Ronald, but you're never going to be as cute as me. It's just not going to happen.
Cute is not my brand.
She's cute as a butt. Where is it? Combat. There's combat. So basically, when you're charging in, it gives you a bonus to your attack, but it means if you miss, they get a.
They get a bonus.
They get a bonus. Must be in play. Must be in the play as well.
I would like to charge.
Get an attack of opportunity or something? Like what happens when you move away from someone in a fight?
Here it is, combat. Okay. Charging into melee. Here it is. Once per combat, a character may charge into melee and attack as follows. The character must move at least 20 feet, which you did before attacking. The character gains a +2 bonus to attack this round. The character's armor class is penalized by 1 this round. So if you charge in, you would get +2 bonus to your attack, plus the fact that you are carrying the opal stone, which gives you another +1 strength, which means you'd have a total +3 to your attack, which would be enough to hit the goblin. Because you rolled 10,
I would
so
like to do that.
which would make you 13, and so that means their armor
This
class.
has potential to be like a really awesome combo. If I can like kill this guy and then do it again, all in running form.
Yep, so their armor class is 7, so you only needed a 12, so with those bonuses it takes you to 13. So that's a hit. So you've got now you've got a strength of what your strength is what?
My strength is 13 plus 1.
And then you get an extra, and she'll get an extra +1 because of the stone, so you're going to roll 1d6 plus 2.
All right. Come on, I need big money, no whammies. 3 plus 2 for 5 damage?
That's enough.
Yay.
He's dead?
So you, with your sword, you come
I
through.
get to do it again! I
and
get to
you
do it again!
You shatter the first skeleton. His bones just go everywhere as you smash through him, and then with that you turn around and swing back and go for the next one next to it, I'm assuming?
Yep.
So with that, cleave. The second attack is penalized by -2 though. So
Is that on the hit points, or do I still have to roll to see if I hit?
you have to roll to hit him, but this time you're instead of having the +3 like you had in the last attack, you only have a +1.
Okay, here we go. D20. Yeah, that's a major fail. Fail.
Did you roll?
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
Ah, okay. Yeah. It looked very good for a moment there.
Not gonna cut it.
But no, you obviously you swung, but the skeleton has stepped back and is ready to stab back at you. So, but you killed one for sure. That was good. All right, Ada.
Yes. I have that crossbow.
You do.
Headshots. Nice.
You have a clear shot to one of the skeletons. It's 30 feet away.
Yeah, that guy's been bugging me with his weird little wiggly gift thing that he's got going. All the others are just kind of standing there static on my roll d20, and that guy's like doing these ones.
I just grabbed him off the
Yeah,
roll
look at
20,
him.
but
Look
he's
at
actually he's actually animated.
Arrogant swagger. I'm going for him.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Annoying
Roll a
pieces.
d20 and add your dexterity, which I think your dexterity
Right.
is all right, isn't it?
Yeah, I think my dexterity's all right. I was just looking at it before. So that's my roll d20. And my dexterity, I've actually got 14 plus 1 for missile attacks, whatever 14 plus 1 means.
So you're just going to add +1 to your missile attack. So roll your d20, which you rolled a natural 20. Okay, all right. Definitely a good shot with the crossbow. Crossbows, what damage do they do? Let's have a look. Equipment. Weapons and armor. Okay, crossbow. Short range is 5. It's a 1d6. So roll a d6, please.
I'm rolling.
And you rolled a 2. Okay.
Is there no doubling or anything because it's a natural 20? There's that 5e.
That's 5e. I will double. I don't think we have anything for bonuses for natural 20s besides bragging rights.
Okay, I'll take
rules. Optional rules. Looking. Table of contents. Where's combat?
It's sad that it's only coming up now because this means we've never rolled a natural 20.
This is the first time for everything. 17 sessions in.
Anna!
What up?
Let's have a look. No. A natural 20 always hits. But besides that, you don't get like double damage. Yeah. All right. So yeah, you hit it with the crossbow, and it definitely lodged in its like rib cage sort of thing, and it staggers back a bit, but it's still got the swagger going.
Oh.
All right. Oglom also has a crossbow, and it would be in range for him as well.
That means the couple that crossbows together stays together.
He's 40
He's
feet.
copied.
Yep. So he will also roll.
Of course he will. Oh, you're kidding me.
Amazing.
Wow. Wow.
That's because you've been ignoring him, and he's like, "Oh yeah."
There's a competition going on between Oglom and Ada. It's like, oh, if you can do it, I can do it. So he's basically he's just held up the thing and he's looking at Ada.
He's
Not even looking. He's just looking away.
And then he sings to her, "Anything you can do, I can do better."
And this time the skeleton loses its swagger and just basically just hits it in the forehead, and down it goes.
And then he just gets crossbow and goes.
Yes, if it was a gun, he'd be blowing the smoke off it. Yeah, that's right.
That's
all
what
right.
you have to say. You loosened it for him, Ada.
X1 skeleton. All right, and finally we have Clover.
I can't see any of them directly where I am.
Let's have a look. From where you are, I would allow a shot to the one next to Freyord.
And it's not blocked. Like I'm not going to hit my friends.
No, you're clear.
Okay, then I'll do throw my dagger. Is that too far for a dagger throw?
It's 40 feet, which is pretty far for a dagger.
Can I move and then throw?
Yes, you certainly can. The range of a dagger is, but if you move, I think you're going to have a -1. I think to your roll. And just a little double check. Dagger. There it is. That's 5 to 10 feet is close range. You can move up to 40 feet anyway, so you could actually theoretically just run over and just stab him.
I do not want to be standing next to a skeleton that can hit for 6 points of damage and kill me outright.
Yep.
So
you can
stay here.
So you're
between the strong people.
So you're 20 feet away. So that means it's going to be mid-range. Roll a d20. Add your dexterity bonus if you have it.
I don't think I do. I don't.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, come on. You guys have been rolling good d20s. Let's not make it shitty.
Like 3 in a row would be so freaking improbable.
It was.
We might be cheating.
Rolled a 6.
Yeah. Okay. That's
So I missed.
That's going to be a miss. Yep.
That's a bad miss.
All right. So it's time to roll for initiative again. Who's rolling for initiative?
Not me.
I can
Pull over.
I'll roll for the skeletons. Oh, rolled a 1. Come on.
Go, Elise. Elise said she was going.
No pressure.
4. Well done. Okay, you win. All right.
Okay.
Now I'm just checking if Freyord can test more than once, or if it can only be.
Why did you try to turn them?
He tried to turn him
Mm.
in the last turn. I'm just seeing if it can be done each turn or only
He
once.
tried-
You could try again. It looks like there's no. It doesn't say you can. It's only once per encounter. You can do it multiple times. So you can try turning them again if you like, or you can just smash into them.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So if you're going to try and smash that skeleton, you need to roll a d20.
D20.
Smashy, smashy.
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, and d6 please, plus your strength,
A D6 plus strength.
which I think is 1. Yep. All right. How do you finish him off, Freyord?
Oh, it's he's not smelling when I'm cooking, so he gets to people's elbow.
Smacks him down, and the bones just go akimbo and just everywhere, and he just collapses on the ground, and he's gone.
Nerd.
That one's gone. All right, Elise.
I walk closer and throw a dagger at one of them.
Okay, you can move. You could move. Well, like I
Feel
said,
free to pick mine up since it's lying on the floor right next to you, basically.
Oh yeah.
And did-
Can I pick that one and throw that one?
yeah, I'll allow that. Yep.
Alright. So 30 feet to the mid-range, right?
Yes. No, 30 feet. You need to get to about 20 feet. 30 feet is long range.
Okay, so I have to get to here, which I should be able to.
Dagger, yeah. 11 to 20 feet is mid-range. So you can move. Yep, that's it. And then it's close enough. You can throw and roll your d20.
This is awkward.
We've had three natural 20s in this combat. All right, that's a D4 damage, please, Elise.
We should all be going to Vegas.
Okay, the damage let you down. Okay. But you did hit. So. All right, Renault, you're up.
Why didn't I get a D20? All right, let me try to. Oh wait, I can move again.
I hate to do this, but I've got to get going.
Oh, do you?
Sorry, guys. Yeah, I do. Sorry.
Okay. All right. We'll just Renault, do
well,
your
you
roll, and
certainly-
then
Yeah, finish
So
off the skeletons.
we'll finish off this round, and then we can, because I'll need to adjust the cameras.
Yep. Yep.
All right, Renault.
So I did my attack with 14,
Okay. Just double check.
and I'm going to do the same thing I did last time, where I used my short sword on one with hopes of getting the other as well.
Yep. So you rolled a 14, which should be enough because your strength bonus is enough.
Yep.
So roll your d6, and you're adding 2 for your strength and the magical stone.
And I'm going to attack the one on the left, and that's a 4.
So that's going to be 6. That's enough. So that's the left. Your left.
Mhm.
This one here.
Yep, he's gone.
Yep, you smashed him, and that means you immediately can swing at the other one. But it's going to be a -2 to your roll. So you're only you won't get any bonus. It's just a straight dice roll.
To 15.
That's good.
And one more d6.
Yep.
A 5.
That's enough.
I think we
Smashes the
got
last
them,
one.
guys.
We can
think
take them.
We could take them. It's been proven.
It was all over actually
You're
quite quickly.
welcome,
Besides
I think.
Elise getting stabbed a couple of times.
I need to.
Please.
And Clover's like, and I helped.
That's right. My knife was helpful. Can I have my
Wait.
dagger back, please?
Yes.
Way to go!
Here you go.
Way to go, team! Do good murder.
All right then, Murph. Okay, we'll pause for a moment while you exit, and then I can fix up the cameras because they'll play with us
Okay.
in Zoom.
All right. All
Have
right.
fun,
Cheers, everyone.
Murph.
Good night.
All right.
All right, catch you later.
See ya.
Hey.
All right, so we're back, and Renault has just finished exercising his martial abilities with his combat talents, with his cleave, took out the last 2 remaining goblins. Not goblins, I'm so used to saying goblins. 2 remaining skeletons in this case, with his sword, and so now you want to recover. Elise, you took a bit of damage.
I took a lot of damage. That's why I'm not by the door right now. I'm in the corner.
You still have a healing potion if you want to take a healing potion.
Yeah, I have it.
Okay.
I can give it to you, though, at least if you want it.
You originally had 2. Clover had 1
Yeah.
when she got
I
bitten
used
by
it.
the mushroom.
Yeah.
So you got 1 left. You've still got your
I'll give it to
healing spells, but so
Yeah.
at least you want to take your healing potion.
Sure.
So you're going to roll. You're going to roll 1d6 plus 1 for your healing. Roll high.
Thanks.
Oh, there you go. 6
Wow.
points. You healed 6 points. That almost brings you back up to normal, doesn't it?
I'm 1 point off normal.
Okay.
But that does heal everything the skeleton took. Oh, no, wait. No, it was 7, wasn't
It was
it?
7 points. Yeah.
Right. I'm the only one who's walking around with 1 hit point down.
Actually, Elise, is that the first time you've ever been injured?
No, I think there was one time I was injured before, but I think that was only for 1 or 2 points.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It could be, I don't remember.
So you got your 1 point off fully healed. I think Clover, you're likewise 1 or 2 points off fully healed. 1 point.
Yeah, I'm 1 off of my current boosted hit points, I think.
Yep.
I think I have written down that I have a +1,
And
unless
take
I have
one
that
more
wrong, and it's supposed to be my AC and not my hit point. I haven't written down that I have a +1, but I don't know where that's coming from. So I have 4 hit points or 3 hit points right now, so it doesn't really matter unless I get hit by a palm frond.
I think
I'm
you got
probably gonna
you got 4,
nailed.
and your maximum is normally 6, isn't it?
No, it's 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my rolls have been really, really garbage for hit points.
Yeah. And Ada, I think you've taken a couple of points of damage,
I
haven't you?
think I took 1.
You took 1 from the snake, and I think
From
you
the
took
snake.
1, and I think you took 1 point from the goblins when you were killing them in that room.
Did I? Oh, I've still got 9 left because I have 11 hit points.
Okay. And Renault is and Freyord. Actually, no. Freyord took a bit of damage from the python. So I don't know how many hit points he's currently got.
When can I cure minor wounds? Because I can give myself some hit points back then.
You can do that whenever you feel like it.
Oh well,
But you've only got with your cantrips. I think you've only got a maximum of 2 that you can cast per day. So you could do it to yourself twice and heal both your hit points, bring it back up to normal. Or you can save.
I might save them. I might save them for a more critical time.
Okay. And Renault, you need to do anything?
I don't think I need to do a darn thing.
Just sort of bask in the glory of your
I'm
destroying
gonna sit here. I'm gonna pridefully lean on my spear and dream about being awesome.
Wouldn't it be nice if you knew what that was like?
I know, wouldn't it? That'd be awesome.
It would be awesome. It would be awesome to be awesome.
It would
I'm only kidding. You are awesome.
I feel
That's
like
tricky to Brad. Clover is kind of like, I don't know.
Oh.
What was that, Elise?
I feel like taking down 3 skeletons in a row is pretty awesome.
Thank you. I don't think I took down 3.
One of us did. Just saying.
Me.
You helped, Clover.
I helped. I have to go pick up my dagger that only worked when Elise threw it.
It's a really.
And then it'll be stuck in the skeleton's rib, and I'll be like, Elise, can you help me?
I feel like I have less strength than you, so I would also be doing the E.
You? What's your strength?
8.
Oh shoot, I'm stronger than you. That's funny. All right.
But Elise is very healthy. Elise is very healthy for a magic user.
Yes. Yes, she is.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, can I take one of the bird skull?
You want to collect the skull, dead skeleton skull? Yeah.
Only the one that I burned.
That you burned? Yeah. That can go in the Elise memento collection.
I feel like I'm going to have a museum at this point at the end of this.
I think I need to do some sort of competition, or like each week of each episode is, what does Elise pick up today?
So stinky. I think at the end of this, you need a really thorough bath. I'm just saying.
It's like she's doing the medieval fantasy equivalent of Pokemon Go or something. You know, you gotta get them all.
What's in my pillowcase?
What's in my pillowcase? Yes.
At this rate, she's going to end up on like a Netflix true crime documentary. What's in the pillowcase?
I just had flashbacks of 7. What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the pillowcase?
Don't look at the box. All right. Back to serious stuff. Serious space. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. So, yeah. What next, guys? Where you so you're in this grand hall. There is obviously the big double doorway where the skeletons marched in through, and there is another door in the northeast corner over here. And this is
I'd like to
this
go
is the door you
listen
came.
at this door.
This one. Okay.
The one I just moved myself to, just to listen at it.
Yeah. Roll a d6, please.
I have 2 in 6 chance of listening at the door successfully.
Oh wait, I can
clean up the crime scene of skeleton as well, so other patrol when they come in, they don't think something is wrong.
You don't think the corpse will give that away?
You want to sweep all the bones together and sort of hide them behind the stone altar or something.
Yeah,
nothing to see here. Moving on.
What? You rolled 2. Okay, Clover, you can't hear anything on the other side, and the door appears to be unlocked.
All right, and the other doors are like super wide open, right now?
This door is open, yeah, and you can see through that doorway where the skeletons came through. You essentially see like a large hallway. With and you can see like really large windows, so that hallway is bathed in sort of morning sunlight.
I was like, ooh, light. We've been stuck in this dungeon for a really long time.
Yeah, yeah. Everywhere you
can
go
somebody
now
peek
is
around the
everywhere you
corner?
go is daylight at the moment. It's you don't
Oh.
need any torches or lanterns or anything.
Can someone peek around the corner and see what's there? Someone sneak-erific?
Oh, I'm very sneakerific. Let me sneak. Let me sneakify you.
Ooh.
Yeah, you also have Ada's going. You're going into that room, are you?
Wait, no. Where am I? Where do you want me to sneakify?
It's like just check through the double doors where the skeletons just came through to see if there's something else coming, or like.
Oh yeah.
I just want to know where we should go. I don't hear anything over here, but I don't know what's out there either. So.
All right. Well, I can open locks, move silently. I can hear noises.
Those doors were flung wide open, so like you can actually see into the hallway here.
Oh, there is a hallway. Well, I'm just gonna. Can I? Oh, how do I do this? Can I move silently and kind of peek through the double doors down the hallways?
Yeah. What's your move silently?
My move silently is 2 and 6.
All right. Yep. Okay. You can move through the doorway. Okay. And what you see is there doesn't seem to be anyone in the hallway at the moment.
At the moment.
People. There are people in the castle, as you know. It's a very large hallway. It leads at the eastern end of the hallway. There is another door, and let me just double check on the map. And to the west, so to your right, when you're facing south, there is another doorway about half of the way down. The hallway it's bathed in sunlight by these large sort of windows. There's a whole series of long vertical windows along the whole length of this grand hallway, but bathes the whole area in bright sunlight. And then on the north wall, there are 5 large paintings or portraits, and they appear to be of wizards, and you can see that there's an old guy, and then there was like a beautiful woman, and then another male wizard, and then there's like the most recent one is like an elderly wizard with white hair. So it would probably indicate that they are the previous wizards that have been in the castle. It's like the Hall of Fame or something, these large portraits of each one of the wizards on the walls.
Can I detect?
Sorry, go ahead. No, you go.
No, I was just saying, I've got 2 and 6 chance of lore. Would that help?
You can roll, yeah.
D6?
Yep.
I don't know if it's actually gonna, help or aid us in any way, but I may as well use it. Oh, 5.
Yep. No, from what you can gather, I mean, since you've just been through the dungeon and you've gone through the crypts of 3 of the past wizards, it's pretty easy to deduce that they are the portraits of the wizards. So the one furthest or closest to the door at the end, on the eastern end of the corridor, is probably Zonus, and then the beautiful woman is Miriel, the illusionist that Elise and Freyord saw.
Oh, she put me in the Hell Dimension.
Yeah, you went into the Hell Dimension. Yeah, and then I think the next one is what did we say his name was? Bardus Crolius or something, the elementalist. And then the most recent one is a portrait of what must be Alcar. So now you kind of get an idea of what Alcar looks like.
He hot?
No, maybe when he was younger he was hot, but no, unless you're you like the elderly gentleman, if that's your
A
thing.
silver fox look going.
Does he look like? Oh, I'm trying to think what the heck's that guy's name. The cowboy from the dude, the Big Lebowski.
Oh,
The cowboy.
you're thinking of
Right?
what?
His name is gone. His
Yeah.
name is gone.
He's a great actor.
Anyway, I
Yeah.
digress.
Jeff Bridges?
No,
No.
Jeff Bridges was the dude.
The cowboy.
The cowboy
Oh,
guy.
Sam something?
Yeah.
Sam Elliott. Thank
Elliott,
you.
yes.
Oh, Sam Elliott. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Love
yeah,
Sam
yeah.
Elliott. Sam Elliott is a hot older man, just gonna say.
Does he look like Sam Elliott?
He's really, really, really good in the Netflix series 1883.
Yes,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
excellent in that.
Must
He's
watch
really
it. It is a must-watch show. That is fantastic. Okay, no. In answer to your question, no, he doesn't look like Sam Elliott. He looks more. He looks more like Richard Harris out of the first Harry Potter film. He looks a bit like Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
The
See,
first-
I'm right.
the
I'm
first
not
Dumbledore-
into that,
The
sorry.
first Dumbledore, not the second, not the Michael Gambon Dumbledore. He's definitely the Richard Harris Dumbledore. As in, like, looking
So
a lot
I'm-
more frailer.
While she's looking out in the hallway, I would like to come over here and look in a couple of the rooms that we checked and see if there's any cloaks that look like they would be a good disguise of theirs. Like, do they have like uniforms or something?
From the clothes you've seen in the different rooms, there is one more room you haven't investigated.
Okay.
There does not appear to be a uniform as such. This isn't
And there's
this
no
isn't
cloaks that would,
Hogwarts.
like,
This isn't Hogwarts.
Yeah, and there's no cloaks that we could use to like hide our faces or anything.
No.
I love that the gnome is saying, like, a cloak to disguise ourselves in and hide our faces. Like they couldn't tell you were a gnome with this, like, cloak just, like, dragging you, like, tripping on your feet.
I assume they don't have gnomes here. They might have other gnomes. They'll just be like, "Oh, hello, Helga, our gnome. And she must be you, since there's only one of you here."
So
And I'll
it
be
looks like a gnome, but it's not really a gnome. Is it a faux gnome?
Pseudonome.
Or a phenome if you're really good at something.
Yeah.
Which I'm not. I'm just
Are
saying.
you a prognome?
Pronome?
What is it? Yeah, that's the pronouns. Pronome. Yeah.
Yeah, what's your prognome?
All right. So, yeah. So Ada's in the hallway. She couldn't see besides the portraits. The hallway is unoccupied. It's about a 20-foot wide, and it's a few hundred feet long. Basically runs most of the length of the castle.
Do we want to finish off the hall? Or
The hall we were
like
in?
that?
Maybe. Yes.
Yeah, there's one
you
more
got this.
room
You
in
got
there.
this doorway here. You haven't gone through,
Yeah.
and then there's also
There's a
back in
room.
the corridor that you went in where you are, Clover. There's still the corridor that you were exploring down that side.
Yeah. And I'm assuming like the door that I see at the end is going to go right into this same hallway. So
That's what I can see.
Yeah, would make sense. Yes.
Are there any more
So what do you
doorways
guys-
in the other hallway then that we haven't gone into?
Well, there's a doorway to the east of you, and it's over here, from where you're standing at her.
I see a door over here as well.
Oh, and Elise has gone back into the hallway, and there is that looks like it might be the other doorway leading down into dungeon.
Can I go and make sure if it can be unlocked on this side or unlock it on this side in case we can make a quick retreat to the dungeon for some reason?
Yep, you can check the door, and yes, you can unlock it from this side. And when you creak open the door and look down, and you immediately see its stairs going down, and it's definitely the dungeon that you've been in before.
I know what stairs those are, I think. Watch, I think I know this, and the dungeon is actually a thing that like slides itself around, so it's not stable. It's not a stable dimension. I get on the other side of that door, and I'm in a completely different dimension.
And then we see the Roomba on your right.
Yeah, the Roomba. All right. Let's make a clean sweep and finish off this last room, and then decide where we're going. But maybe we should call Ada back and shut those doors.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't want anything sneaking up on us.
No, and anything might think, like, I suspect they don't just, like, leave this room open all the time.
Alright, so where are you moving?
My suggestion is we go back to the hallway and open that last room and just make sure that we're not missing something major, because, you know, Debbie and I are trying to collect all of the magic books we can.
Well, there's still one of the apprentice rooms you haven't been in.
That's the one I mean. I want to go back down there.
Yep. Oh, actually, no, hang on. No, you have been in all the apprentice rooms, haven't you?
Oh, we haven't been in this one.
Which one? Oh yeah,
The bottom one.
That bottom room you haven't been in. No. And you obviously haven't been out this doorway.
Yeah. So let's call Ada back in and shut the door.
Ada's here.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So we'll shut the door.
Door is shut.
And then let's go back here.
Okay. We'll take the rear. So Ada and Renalci coming back out into the hallway?
Coming. Make my
I'm
snack.
on my way. Hang on. There we go.
Come on.
Alright, so Oglam has reloaded his crossbow and he's listening at the door.
Oh, shit. I have to... Oh, no, I did go and get the dagger. Never mind.
Well, actually, at least picked it up and threw it.
Yeah, but I went and grabbed it because remember I said, Elise, come and help me. And she's like, you're stronger than me. And then I was like,
All right, so this room is also the door is not locked. And Oglam's gone in to check it out and it seems to be unoccupied. This room appears to be different, though, from the other rooms.
Ooh.
It's a slightly larger room compared to the apprentice rooms. And it's a very neat room. Everything is neat. Clothes are neatly arranged in the cupboards. The bed is immaculately made. All of the items on the, like, personal items like brushes and combs and things like that are all neatly arrayed on the table. It's all everything has its place. It does not appear to be like the apprentice rooms. It doesn't seem to be anything magical in here.
Mhm.
But whoever lives in these quarters is obviously a bit of a neat freak.
I'm gonna brush my hair with their brush.
Okay.
Just because.
That power move.
Clover is becoming a little bit belligerent at moments. She's like, you have all these people trapped in the dungeon. This is what I think of you and your perfectly made up room and wherever your stuff is. And I'm going to put the comb and I'm going to put it back down on an angle. And I hope this drives them crazy, figuring out what the heck happened with their brush.
Yeah, because there'll be like different coloured hairs in the brush and
Little bits of gnome.
That's right.
gnome hair in it. Yeah.
You should be so lucky to have little bits of gnome in you. Wait, I don't mean it like that.
I think definitely.
Wow.
Clover is Clover's lost it. Tracy's lost it.
Getting a little bit interspecies around here.
I think ever since Clover got bitten by that mushroom, she's just been on the warpath.
Great. I touched an innocent-looking little moving, sparkly mushroom. Nearly kills me.
What happens when you go touching foreign mushrooms?
Well, I learned my lesson. That's for darn sure. So is there any cloak or anything in this room, or any kind of like wood? Anything?
You find in the chest, if you one that's under the bed, you find a small pouch of coins,
Ooh.
and in there are 10 gold pieces
Oh,
and 20 silver pieces.
nice. All right, guys, we got money. Does this look like it's a male or a female room?
It looks like a mail room.
A mail room? Where are all the letters?
Mm. I just
That
had a
might
free.
be the funniest, stupid joke I've ever heard.
That I just had a Free Amigos flashback. the mail plane. Yeah, never mind. You've watched the movie.
I don't remember it. I saw it a long time ago.
A plane flying overhead, and Martin Short goes, "Oh, look, it's the mail plane." And he goes, "How do you know it's the mail plane?" He goes, "He's got 2 balls."
Same kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, so this room, very neat. A little bit of money, but definitely not of a magical variety.
Are there pants in the room somewhere? Any pair of pants?
Does the gnome want to wear the pants?
I just want to put them on and then take them back off and hang them back up.
You're gonna just you're just gonna get the clothing, you just sort of rub it around your body.
Clover has been chaotic today. Like touching people's stuff. They use their porta potty as well. Like
She just looked at it and she goes, "This person obviously is very precise and takes pride in everything. I'm just gonna mess shit up."
That's basically it. I'm like basically taking what looks like a pile of clothing at the Gap, and I'm like, I'm putting everything back in the drawer. Rolled.
Make that noise too.
Yes.
It's the little sound of gnome, an indignant gnome, sort of.
Exactly. When I think of your goddamn toxic mushrooms, put mushrooms down there that look like they're interesting to touch, and then the stupid thing attacks me, and nothing else down there attacks anybody. No, just me. I get attacked by a stinking mushroom.
Do you need to take a moment?
Yeah. No, I'm fine. I'm taking my moment. I'm taking my moment out on their very neat and tidy, clearly the room of a psychopath room.
Question: do they have like handheld mirrors or like pocket mirror?
In that room, yes, there's a small little grooming mirror. Yeah.
Can I borrow the mirror?
Do you mean can you steal it?
I might return.
You may return it.
In chance of wrong.
Permanently borrow.
I'm gonna take her dagger and like write "I owe you" on the desk.
Carve it into the wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he would hate that more than losing that mirror.
And it's furniture. You wouldn't want to hurt furniture.
Yes, you can take the mirror, Elise. It's not as exciting.
Now we both have a mirror.
It's not as exciting as ogre bits or dragon scales, but mirrors come in handy.
Or gnome bits in your or bits of gnome in your hairbrush.
Gnomey goodness. Okay. All right. What's next, guys?
Well, okay. There's money in there. That was nice. So this door obviously opens into that hallway.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's go look outside the window and see what's out there.
Which window?
Because we've seen in the hallway, those are windows, right?
Oh yes. Looking out those, you don't see a garden. You see more of a. This actually does look more like a courtyard. This is it's sort of dry, crushed gravel, dirt, and then there's a couple of like outbuildings, and then you can see the sort of like the outer wall of the castle. So it's kind of seems like it's the buildings that you see are they look like, you know, sort of outhouse type, not outhouses, but you know, outbuildings that.
Oh great, Clover can go and use their bathrooms as well to upset them.
They look more like storage sheds or, you know, stables, that sort of thing.
Police can go rearrange the furniture.
So it doesn't look like the other buildings we can see. They look like outer walls, so it looks like what we're in is like an inner keep, or does it look like we're in a building that has a courtyard in the middle of it?
No, you're kind of like the keep. The castle is in the keep, and then you're sort of looking at the grounds, and you can actually because there's a bunch of mirrors along that entire hallway. You can actually see. Actually, I might be able to show you guys. Might be easier. Let me see if I can show you. Might be able to show you guys here. Don't know if you can see that. Let me just turn it on to daylight. Okay, and let me zoom out. Can you see? Can you see that?
It looks huge on my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you zoom back a bit.
What are we looking at? Over here?
So yeah, so basically where you're looking out this side. So you can see a series of outbuildings. Here and here. Looking to the left, you can actually see the gate to the inside into this area, which appears to be like the courtyard. This is sort of the courtyard area, and then on the other side, on this side, this is the garden that Em saw with the well here.
Okay.
You can see that. Yeah, this is obviously the castle layout.
I wonder what that is.
So this area along here is where the hallway runs along this wall.
Oh right, okay.
Where are we on that? Like in terms of like what we can see in terms of.
Can you see my thing?
Yeah.
You're basically on the ground floor, looking out windows, looking out onto this courtyard area, and you can see these outbuildings.
And when we were at the chapel, we can see over here. So the chapel.
Exactly, yeah. And when you're in the chapel, that's right. You could see into the garden, which is the same garden that Em climbed up this well here.
So, have we been in a giant round room? I know that we can't see that. We can't see that, but I'm just asking.
No, that's like a tower, I think.
Okay.
This is like the roof of the castle.
Yeah. Okay.
And the kitchen is probably somewhere here, I think.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll put you back into.
Well, we can continue down and go check out down this hall. Like go through here, because I suspect this is eventually going to lead us back into here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's like an antechamber and we should check that first. since it sounded quiet beyond it, but I mean, skeletons don't make any noise if they're not moving around. So I don't know.
We should keep going.
But like, go back to here and go through this door, or go down the hallway.
If we go down the hallway, what's the chance of running into another skeleton patrol?
Pretty high, but it's pretty high anywhere in here. We know now that they are like playing around with necromancy. Well, I mean, we kind of knew that for a long time, but
and they go into rooms anyway, so they could be anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna. It's kind of like the giant gelatinous cube. We could just stand here and get run into, or we can keep going and like, because I don't see any point in stopping unless anybody is like scared. Renault, are you scared?
No. No, that's not part of my character.
Fair.
All right. So where you heading off?
I like that idea of down the hallway to where it was quiet and keep going.
Well, it was quiet back in the throne room area, like the big great hall.
Yeah.
It was quiet through that other door. So why don't we check that one first then?
I'm happy.
Like go through this. The door's not open. Open the door. I can go in and we go back here.
Okay. Oglum and Freyord follow along.
And you said the door was open, right, Neil? And I listened
Yeah,
at it?
it wasn't locked. Renault, do you want me to move you, or are you lagging, or are you?
No, I can. Hang on. I'm on it. Here we go.
Right. So you're opening the door?
Sure, I'll open the door. What the heck?
Okay. Coming in. And when you enter this room, you see that it is a dining room.
Yes. Is there food?
Snacks.
It's a large dining room. It's like a formal dining room. It's a 50-foot square sort of room. It's got a very long table with chairs. There's dark wood paneling around the walls, and it's got very, very high ceilings. One thing I forgot to mention in the Grand Hall is the Grand Hall has a very high ceiling, like much higher than the ceilings in the hallways and the Grand Hall. But the dining room doesn't have as high ceilings as the Grand Hall. But there's enough seats along the table to seat probably about 20 people.
All right. And Ada is wandering around having a look, seeing if there's anything edible that we can take with us. Any provisions? Any mead that she can drink?
The table has not been set. It's basically it's just it's obviously doesn't get used that often, but if they ever have any formal banquets or something like that, that would be where they would have it.
Okay.
There is another doorway. There's windows here that obviously you can see the garden that I showed you before, and there seems to be another door here to the east.
Does this dining room look like the room that Album and I were in when we were trapped by the lady in the dungeon?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay. Not that it would have made a difference, but it might have made me more angry.
but that would then somewhere around in the castle there's probably some dystopian hellscape that Renault and Ada went into.
Yeah.
Not to say that there isn't, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But no. Besides it being a long dining room, it doesn't bear much resemblance to where you were.
All right. I will listen at the door.
Roll D6, please. Okay. You don't appear to hear anything.
Right. So, sounds quiet to me. But, hatred has blood rushing in my ears, so, I'm not hating. But,
We
really
said
not
this
happy.
before, and the skeletons came in, so...
Yeah, well, but I listened to the other door. I wasn't listening at the double doors. Otherwise, I would have got knocked over by the skeletons who are, like, kicking the door in. Like, Clover goes flying. That actually would have been funny. What's that?
Should we go through the door?
If you want to check traps or something, go right ahead.
All right, so we've listened for noises and heard nothing.
Yeah. I mean, somebody else can listen just in case, because I'm not really convinced that I would have heard anything.
I can move silently through the doors.
Okay.
She's Kitty Pryde. She can phase right through the door.
Yes, graceful as a cat, sliding through the doorway without a sound. You enter. You could go through the doorway, Ada.
Yes. Ada has tried to move through the doorway. Can't go through the doorway.
Should be open. You should be able to move through.
Oh.
All right, I'll move you. There you go. Hang on. Oh yeah. There you go. You're inside now. And in this room, it appears to be a. Looks like a kind of like a lounge. It's this sumptuous room with like comfy couches and tables for like playing cards, and there's like a drinks cabinet and so on.
Drinks cabinet?
It's like an old fashioned sort of men's sort of lounge where they would retire for cigar and brandy.
Well,
while the women went off and discussed womanly matters, the men would discuss manly matters in the lounge.
how are you
Lisa's there
doing old chat?
Lisa's in there with like a flash.
She's like, couches, you say?
Well, I will creep around quietly, pocketing anything that looks to be of a good
meanwhile,
resale price.
Elise is just blundering around and making as much noise as possible. Ooh.
Having a couch out the way.
Look, playing cards.
Yep, they're in the little table. You can pull out a little drawer, and there's like little packets of playing cards, a couple of dice. In the drinks cabinet, there is some spirits there, and even like a box of what appears to be cigars or something.
Like some evil spirits?
Pocketing a few of those. Just yep. Never know when they'll be useful for bartering. I'll take a few of those expensive-looking cigars. Maybe a sniff
them, and then yes, yeah. So you can your fine upbringing, Ada recognizes these are quality cigars.
Take a few sips of some of the nice brandies they have.
Yep, very nice spirits as well. It's definitely a room where they can relax in some
Can I pocket
style.
a bottle? One of the more full bottles that's coming with me.
You could do. It also could be good to make into like an impromptu sort of Molotov cocktail, I suppose, if you wanted to. But yeah,
Wasted alcohol. It's coming with me.
So you think. Take a little sip. I need to go this way. There is there is another doorway to the south. If I move Oglum in, he seems to be the honours of the party.
There's also a doorway to the north as well.
No, that's a window.
That's a window. Okay.
To the north is a window that you can see the garden, and then these windows you can see more of the garden, and then there's obviously this doorway down to the south.
All right, let's go listen there for noises and see if we can keep creeping through. I think we need to keep making progress through the castle.
Bring Renault over.
I think where am I?
I just grabbed you and moved you over.
All right.
I'll bring you into the room. There you go. You're in the room.
I didn't mean to send that just to you. I was trying to figure out how to get my roller to work the way it used to. I listened at the door and I rolled a 5. I just made a mistake and sent it only to.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. How do you do that? Is that like
On the dice roller, there's a little toggle switch that says GM roll.
Oh, okay. Yep.
What I was trying to get it so that I can drag and roll. I like that better, but it doesn't seem to be allowing me to do that.
Did you see that dice roll?
Me?
No. Yeah. Did you just see me roll the dice then?
No, it doesn't show whatever you
okay.
just did.
So that's where I can. Okay, so that's how I can do secret rolls within Roll20. I've just been using my own dice to actually roll. But anyway, yeah, you can do that in actually. It actually shows up on the broadcast studio. Okay, so I'll probably have to keep rolling it secretly by myself. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so you're in the lounge. There's a doorway to the south, and there's windows on the east and north walls.
So I listened at the south door.
Ada has already quickly pocketed the cigars and some spirits, and I think Elise has taken some playing cards. At the door, you can't hear anything to the south, Clover.
Okay. I don't think there's anyone here. Maybe they're all dead.
I pull out my lute and start strumming.
The only besides the skeletons, but the skeletons are kind of probably a bit like the Roomba, like the Gillette's cube. They kind of just they have like a patrolling pattern that they sort of follow. The only activity that appears to be on this level was coming out of the kitchen.
Right. Where were they taking stuff, though? Which direction?
Who?
The kitchen.
They're still cooking, maybe. Maybe they haven't.
Nothing was coming out of it yet. Shoot, we could get stuck with the kitchen people coming. Okay, let's get through this door. I'll open it. Please tell me I don't die.
Okay, it's open, and it reveals what appears to be the sort of entranceway for the castle. There is, again, very large double doors in the southeast wall. Just zoom in.
Oh, like on an angle.
Yeah. There is a grand staircase leading up. So this is it's got a high ceiling. It's like a checkerboard tiles on the floor. It's like a lobby area or a foyer sort of entrance area of the castle. So you have the doorway in the southwest wall that leads to the grand hallway, and then you've got this big double door that obviously, if you go out that door, it would lead to that courtyard area outside the castle. And there's a grand staircase that leads up to the second level. See that? But besides that, there's nothing else in this room. There's no objects, no cupboards or anything. It's just an open area that just has like the grand staircase leading up, and then the doorway to the lounge that you just came out of, and the hallway.
I think we should check up the stairs. I don't know. I guess or outside.
I think we've been to every room on this floor except the kitchen, which has sound in it.
I mean, because otherwise we're gonna have to kill a bunch of cooks.
Well, you don't have to automatically kill everyone you meet. You could try talking with them.
We have.
I know the skeletons aren't particularly good conversationalists, but you never know. You might be able to.
Maybe. We made friends with the dragon.
Mm.
And
then I touched a mushroom.
We didn't kill Molly.
Yeah, we didn't kill Molly because Molly's my
Yes.
friend. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8.
Shall we go up the stair then?
I'm good with that if you guys are good. Like, let our sneaky friend go.
Your sneaky friend.
Yeah, the rogue. You.
All right. Sneaking.
All right, I better roll for that. Okay. Yep. All right, so you're going to be going up the stairs. So, like I said, this is the grand main sort of staircase. But, when you walk in there, it's obviously very impressive when you walk through the entrance. So you're going to go up the stairs. All right.
Hmm.
Very bright and open map that I can see the whole floor of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Should I be able to see that whole floor?
Yeah, you don't know what's in the rooms, but I've basically, yeah, it's like it's daylight, so everything's kind of pretty much lit up. So you are basically here. So I will bring. Let me just bring the tokens in.
What's the big black square in the middle?
That's like walls. So that seems to be the same area above where the grand hall is. So the grand hall is the ceilings are high enough that it goes into the second level. Sorry, the first floor, I should say.
So it's a dead space, basically.
Yeah. Where are we? Crystal Mage, there it is. Ada. So can you see? You can see everything easy enough, can't you?
Yes. Very easy.
All right. So when you poke your head up the top of the stairs, you can't see anyone.
Okay. And I can't detect danger anymore, can I? So I have no idea.
Exactly. Yep.
All right. Well, I can use the middle kind of walls for a bit of shelter, but first I want to enter that room that's straight in front of me.
This one in here.
Yeah, north.
Yep. Okay.
North.
Going into that room. If you open the door, you see a library. A very big library.
I can just hear the other two cogs in their head. Wait, are they with me or am I by myself at this point?
You're by yourself.
No, you went up.
So if you want to call out the other people.
I'm not going to yell because, oh, I don't have that ability where I can like telepathically send a message to them to come up.
No, when did you ever have that ability?
She got that when she was learning to read.
So you're going to go back down and bring the other guys up?
Well, I think so. It seems a little bit foolish to split from the party. Everyone says don't break the party.
Yeah, what could go wrong? Yep.
Seems fairly safe that I should bring them up.
Okay, so you're going back down. The guys coming up?
Yeah, I'm bringing them up. Come on up.
Okay, alright. Just,
Oh, right. Neil has to move us.
There's books up here, you lot. Come on.
actually, let me just try something before we...
So, Clover and Elise. Books!
I'm just going to try something. Let's have a look here. Can I do this? Can I select model? I think there is some way that I can... I go... Ah! Silly. I don't know how to... There is supposed to be some way that you can move the tokens from one thing to another, but I'll have to go back to the tutorial, so I'll do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, where are we? Here we are. So I will bring over... I've got Freyord. I've got Oblong. Where's Oblong? There he is. Got Elise. Clover. Out. Oh. Okay. Okay, that's Renault. Okay, please. Okay. Oblong. And Raynord. Finally, last but not least.
Meanwhile, Ada is just hanging out in a library, smelling the cigars, maybe sneaking a sip of the spirits, perusing the shelves, pretending she can read.
Okay, you're all up in this level now. So, do you want to go into the library with Ada?
Yes, come join me, my little thespians.
I'm like a kid in a candy store right now.
I moved you all into the library. All right. So, this library is about... What is it,
lined up along one wall of the library. A sitcom.
I wish I had a bit more time to do this map. I should do it better next time. But yeah, so it is. It's a library. It's got lots of books with shelves with scrolls and parchments and lots of books. I know that Elise and Clover are like. But there is the first thing that you come in when you see there is a little sign on the wall, and it says, "Please be quiet."
In what language?
In common.
Okay.
Does this world have the Dewey Decimal System?
Probably not.
Are there sexy librarians?
Does not appear to be anyone in here that you can see at the moment. It just seems to be just lots of books and scrolls and things.
All right, guys, I found heaven. You can go on without me.
I stay here with Clover for a while.
I'm gonna start like perusing the like scrolls and the books that I can reach and see, because I can
do you
only
two
probably
want to
see the bottom shelf.
Do you two
We're
want to
not- we're
stay
gonna-
then, and the rest of us keep exploring this floor?
As you're talking, you hear.
Oh shit!
Maybe it's a bookworm.
Should have believed that sign when it said "keep quiet."
I'm gonna step back because I've been smacked enough by things that I thought were okay. Did that sound like a rattle noise?
It sounded like someone going shh.
Oh, I thought you meant it was like a. Oh man, there's gonna be a ghost in here or
I
something.
thought it was a scurry of some sort.
I am still looking
Yeah.
at the books.
At least he's still llooking at the books. Pulling it out, blowing the dust off the book, opening it up, looking. And as you're all standing there, suddenly you out of the corner of your eye to the right, a shape emerges from behind the bookcase. And Renault actually had it right a moment ago. It seems to be this large worm-like creature.
It is a bookworm.
But it's funny. It's like it's like at the end of the worm is like a humanoid female elderly face with like horn-rimmed glasses and the hair tied back in a tight sort of bun.
That's so cute.
And it comes forward and it sort of moves with its body like slithering along the ground with its part, and it sort of comes up to you and it's like shh.
Aww. Sorry.
It says, please be quiet in the library.
I'll talk quietly.
Clover's look on her face is just
Speak common. Can we talk to them? Like, if they're talking to us, can we say,
it's speaking
Can we
in
ask them their
common.
name?
It's being common. It's just,
Please be quiet.
okay, if we're quiet, will you tell us your name?
Esmeralda, the librarian. How may I be of assistance?
Ooh.
I do not recognize you. You do not seem to be the usual apprentices. I know all the apprentices in the castle. Who are you? Who are you people?
We were hired by a recruitment agency last week.
she's sort of looking at you going strangely. She sort of frowns a little bit and goes,
Who are you? Why are you here?
We're friends of the
Why are you making noise in my library?
Clover's just got this stunned look on her face, like she doesn't know what's going on.
Oh, we know the worm lady. Okay. Nothing to
Because
say.
in my head, it's like the giant Medusa without arms. You know the Medusa from like Clash of the Titans?
Oh, yeah.
Medusa
That in my
oblongata.
kind of. She's a little oblongata.
She's a little oblongata. Yeah.
She's sort of moving around, and her head's sort of like this, and she's sort of looking at you, and she's sniffing you.
She's
I'm gonna look at Elise and I'm gonna be like, Elise, come to her. Tell her what we want.
Why is there a worm?
What is this?
Smells or something.
Can we ask Esmeralda if she's always been a worm? Good. Has to be a worm.
Yes, I'm a bookworm. What else would I be?
I'm not being racist. Like, calm down. Just wondering.
That's a rude question. How long have you been
Ask
like
the
this?
bookworm where they come from.
Miss Bookworm, how many books can I borrow from this library?
Oh, only apprentices can borrow books in this library.
I'm an apprentice.
I do not recognize you.
I'm a new apprentice.
What is your name?
Eliza?
Eliza.
There's a hole in the bucket.
Eliza. I know all the apprentices in this castle, and you are definitely not one of them.
I'm new. I'm not in the system yet. They are experiencing some delay in their administrative system, so they haven't put my name in yet.
Typical human resources.
You have to check with IT.
I do not know what this IT is that you speak of. But I think Alcar should know of this. But we have people walking around this castle.
How big is this worm? And can I just shove her in a bag?
It's a large worm. It's probably
Define
larger
large.
than a pillowcase?
larger than a pillowcase. It would not fit in Elise's pillowcase. It's about 4 foot.
Can I threaten her with my sword? Listen here, worm lady. You will not tell Alcar of any of this.
She sort of rears back a bit, and she then leans forward. She frowns and she goes, "Shh." Roll a d20, please, Ada.
God.
Oh no! Oh, no.
Save against spells.
Oh no!
This is a save against the spit from the.
What did you roll?
19.
Oh, well done. For a moment, then you couldn't almost talk, but then you're okay.
Mm.
Oh, so that's what
What,
the. Hold on.
I don't have the name written down. Do you guys remember the name Lunius? Do you remember Lunius? And I'm like terrified talking to this giant worm. Excuse me. Do you remember Lunius?
Yes, I know Lunius. She's a new apprentice.
Did you like her?
She's a bit quiet, a little bit timid.
Liked quiet.
Yes, I do like quiet. Everything should be quiet in the library.
So you like Lunius, right?
Yes, Lunius was nice. Are you a friend of Lunius?
Alcar locked her in the dungeon.
Alcar?
Yes.
My master would not do that.
He did it.
My master is a gentle soul.
When is the last time
Are you
saw Alcar?
Oh wait, Alcar's the good guy, right? I'm thinking of the wrong guy. Yeah,
When's the last-
good point. You ask. I'm already terrified that she's looking at me.
Miss Librarian Bookworm,
Esmeralda?
Esmeralda. When is the last time you met with your master?
When was the last time I sent Alcar? Ooh. I do lose track of time in here, looking at my books. I spend so much time reading.
Mhm.
I like
I know
to
the feeling.
nestle down within the books and smell the books.
Oh, it
I-
sounds like a great ink.
I don't think I've seen Alcar now that you come to mention it. I don't think I've seen him in a while. I mean, this library is mainly used by the apprentice for their magical study. I mean, Alcar is the master of the castle. He is busy with his research. He doesn't necessarily come down to the library very often. For it is more for the students.
You said you were going to tell Arkard about that, so do you have a way of contacting him?
Oh well, I would have to go and speak with him. He's up in the he's normally up in his higher levels.
How many level higher?
There is 2 more levels to this castle.
Huh? So,
Hey, I have another question. I just remembered somebody else's name.
Yes,
Eliavar.
yes, little one.
Eliavar. What did you think of Eliavar?
And when you say the name Eliavar, she kind of frowns a little bit, and she goes, "Oh, yes, Eliavar. He's the senior apprentice in the castle. A bit of a stern fellow. Always seemed a bit on edge."
We think he did something bad. He's the one who locked Lunius in the cage downstairs. I had the name wrong. I'm sorry. I got a little distracted by a giant worm lady with glasses.
And she's kind of taken aback. Eliavar did that?
Yeah.
This is strange. I'm sure my master Alcar would take care of this.
I don't think he's around anymore.
We can go with you to see him.
You can take us to him. We'll follow you.
And she's kind of puzzled, and she's sort of looking around. But I must be with my books. My master has charged me with the protection of these books.
So,
Esmeralda. Oh, go ahead, Elise.
Well, you say you don't have a way of contacting him, so was it an empty threat that you said you were going to tell him about us?
Oh. God damn it! You caught me in a lie.
We all go, and put our hands on our hips, and we're all like, so, what's it gonna be?
She goes, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm sure Alcar will be around. You can tell him.
We're here to find him. We don't think he's around.
Oh, he would be up on the upper levels in his study or in his laboratory.
If he's not dead.
Dead?
The town hasn't seen him in a long time. Something's wrong here.
Alcar spends many a days in his laboratory, so sometimes you don't see him for long periods. A long absence of Alcar is not uncommon in this castle.
But why is Lunius in the dungeon?
She's going, I don't know. Maybe there'll be something in my books to help me. And she's like, And then she she starts sliding and slithering sort of back into her books, and then she's sort of looking around the bookshelves, and she's sort of looking at books, going, and she's sort of mumbling to herself as she's looking at the books and sniffing them and going, no, not that one. She's, no, I don't know. And she seems to be sort of preoccupied with just looking at the books. And
I think we've got a doddering old snake.
I am back to reading books. I got distracted again.
Oh, and a doddering young Elise. Okay, well, is there anything that looks like a magic scroll nearby?
There's lots of scrolls on the shelves. Most of the books appear to be. Oh, you got your loot. You're gonna try and charm the bookworm.
Bookworm?
Yes.
So you're gonna pull out the loot and start playing, are you?
That's just me fiddling in the background while we sort of trying to.
So sort of making the sort of Twilight sound. So Esmeralda, the bookworm, has gone back into sort of looking at her books and sort of she still seems to be sort of puzzled on her face, like she can't sort of comprehend what you've just told her.
I'm gonna rumble through the scrolls and see if there's anything that's sort of, I don't know, I'm just gonna kind of go like this
and make one.
Like it's most of the books appear to be there's some books, history books of the region. There's actually a book in there which catches your eye, which is actually the history of the castle. Tells you about the times of the Baron and everything else, or the coming of the different wizards. There are some initial sort of books about magic, different types of magic. Most of these you will probably have to cast read magic to read.
Now that the worm is distracted, can I borrow a few of those magic books?
You want to borrow the books.
That's kind of what I was suggesting with the scroll. I'd be like, and you.
Okay. Elise, roll a d6, please.
Okay.
and Tracy, roll a d6.
3.
5.
5. Okay. As you try to pocket the scroll, and as Elise tries to sort of fit the books in a goblin pillowcase, Esmeralda's head sort of sits up like this, and she turns and looks, and she goes, "What are you doing with my books? Put them back."
I have a scroll. Is that also included in the putting back?
Put the scroll back.
I was just gonna borrow it for a little bit. Okay, whatever.
She goes, "Shh." Both of you roll d20s.
Oh, dear.
Save versus spells.
20, Debbie! I rolled a 10. Where's my 10? I don't see it. It says I rolled a 10, but I don't see it on the board.
You rolled a 10. Elise seems to be okay. Clover, what's your save against spells? I think it's more than 10, isn't it?
It's 15.
Okay.
Yep. Are you saying I'm going to be silent for the rest of the game?
You see, you try to talk, and you're like,
There's no spell that powerful.
and
So Clover starts throwing like middle finger equivalent, but it's this one for a gnome. She's like,
you try to talk, but you're like, I mean, you can breathe through your mouth, but you just.
I'm imagining the Matrix when he's like, his mouth kind of melds together.
oh,
Yeah.
gross.
Not as extreme as that, but no, you're just voice is gone. You just can't seem to talk.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Do you want us to help you find Elcard to make sure he's okay?
And Esmeralda sort of turns back, and she's still sort of frowning at you, and she goes, "Yes, go and get Alcar. I must tell him about these new people in the castle." And
But there's
Take
a
an-
lot of
take this little one away from me.
But there are some changes in the castle, and we need all the help we can get. So what can you help us with to make sure that we get to him okay, so you can make the reports?
Because I am charged with protecting the library. That is my main purpose.
And if Alcor is gone, who knows what the next person is going to do? They may try to burn down the library.
No, whoa. No, that wouldn't happen. No. I must protect my books. Please, leave me now. I must protect my books. I must check that everything is okay. Leave now, or I will shush you a second time.
Well, you shush me. Shush you. Smack you with my lip. Rest of
I
the
don't think there's anything else to gain here.
She does seem to be a bit fixated on her books.
Is there anything else in this room apart from books that I can pilfer?
No, it's literally just books and scrolls, and
Also-
some death reading tables and things like that.
Would you be able to let our friend talk again? Since she might need her voice when we talk to your master.
Actually, with Clover not being able to speak, she can't cast any spells.
That too. So it will be up. When can our friend have her voice back?
Her voice will be returned soon enough, once she learns to be quiet.
Does that mean as soon as she steps outside the library, it'll be fine?
And she just kind of ignores you then, and she goes back to sort of checking her books. Clover sort of
I'm gonna
stamping.
take my knife out, and I'm like gonna be like, "Hold me back! Hold me back!"
Here, Clover, let's get you outside the library to see if your voice come back. And gently push her out the door.
All right. Yeah. So once you get her outside of the room, she still can't talk.
That's when Clover starts clawing her way through the door to try to get back at the. She's like going to go kill the bookworm with a dagger now. She's like,
Well, I mean, maybe she does. Maybe she has more than one spell. You don't know.
no, but that's what Clover's gonna do. So someone needs to hold.
I hold Clover and put my back in. If you don't let her talk right now, there's going to be a fight and blood might get on the book.
If you don't give our friend her voice back, we'll just set the whole thing on fire right now. We still have the torches.
I'm also okay if you guys leave me with my voice gone. I'll figure it out.
All right. So you're leaving the library, or you're staying in the library? Wait, what are you doing?
I will leave. I mean, unless you guys really want to make an issue out of it, I don't know that she can take it off. Like, I can't undo a spell once I hit someone with a spell.
Maybe there's just a time limit or a certain number of turns on it.
It's okay. I think it's fun if I'm now, like, unable to talk. It's all good.
If not, maybe we can go back downstairs to get the magic orb and maybe that cancel out the spell. I don't know how that works with ongoing spells.
But then maybe the moment you put it down or like leave it again, the spell like
Come back.
That's a long way back.
it is long with that.
We're good. I'm just gonna be like, go before I kill this bitch. But like with sign language, be like.
Can we
All right.
move on? I'm curious to know where that other set of stairs goes. These ones.
The next stairs here lead up to the next floor.
Oh, well, I think we need to explore the other rooms in this. There's like 5 other rooms we need to explore. How about this little one next to this other staircase?
This one over here. Yeah.
Yes, that one.
Okay.
Let's go.
Clover want to listen by the door.
If she heard anything, she couldn't tell anyone.
Good method acting.
I'll do it. I'll mime it. Okay, so Tracy is talking right now. And I'll be like, put them like. So I'm gonna listen at the door.
Clover can't hear anything.
I didn't even roll. There you
Yeah.
go. Now I can't hear anything for sure. Wait, I'm deaf and mute? Ah, damn it!
All right. You wanting to go into this room then?
Yeah, let's go. Is it locked?
It doesn't appear to be locked.
Go.
All right. So who's going in first? Oglom will go in.
Not
Okay.
it.
This room appears to be a map room.
Yes.
Yes! Is there a map of the castle?
There's not a map of the castle. It's more like maps of like the world and there's like hanging up on the walls. There are these large maps. There's a large table in the center of the room where maps are laid out on. Some of them are of places you've never even heard of.
Like the map of Tasmania.
Yep. That's an Australian joke, guys. There's maps of like the area around the castle, like Deeping Vale and Barrier Mountains and so on. And then, like I said, there's maps of places you've never heard of. On the table currently laid out, there's actually a large map of like an island, and it's got like the name of the map is calling the island of Caladrexia is the island, and it's got it's quite a detailed map, and it's sort of got indications that there's like a magical tower or something like that on this island. The bard is playing. Ding 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 ding. So from what you can gather, it's all you can see really is rolls of different maps and so on.
We pick them up and carry them, or are there too many of them? We need to be selective what we take.
There's a lot of maps in here. You need to be selective about the ones you want to take, and you definitely have to roll them up or fold them up and put them in your backpack or something.
I take the one laying in the middle of the table.
The map of Caladrexia.
Yeah, if it's open on the table, maybe someone was looking at it recently.
Yeah, it's probably the case. Yeah.
Are there any maps that look like they have weird, like a circle or a door drawn somewhere where it doesn't make sense?
How do you mean?
Like a map where somebody has drawn what looks like a whirlpool or a doorway in the middle of like a field or somewhere where you wouldn't expect to see a doorway.
Like on the island map?
On any map that I can see, like on the walls or anything.
Are you thinking like kind of like a portal type thing?
Yeah, I'm trying to think like what would Clover draw a portal like on a map if she was going to draw it for sort of a shorthand as like a symbol.
Yeah. I guess there is there is a symbol like that on the Caladrexia map.
Really? That's cool. Debbie, you said or at least you said you're grabbing that one?
That's the one I got.
Yeah, that's the one on the table. Okay. Is there you said there's a map of the area, right? Like the,
actually,
not the castle, but the nearby?
Sorry, Tracy. Ada, do a lore check, please. D6.
Oh yes, I'm.
Okay, no. The name Caladrexia doesn't really ring any bells with you.
Even though I got a 6. Oh no, yeah, it's odds.
You have to roll a 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so at least you're going to take that map, are you?
Yes. Although it should probably be in someone else's backpack that does have ogre bits and goblin.
Yeah, you're getting a bit stinky. I've been meaning to tell you that there's a bit of an odor.
Hand it over to Clover.
All right.
You're stuck in a box. You're throwing something over your shoulder. You're a bunny rabbit. You're going fishing. Fishing.
No,
My, what a handsome gnome you are.
So I'm going to put that one in my backpack.
Okay. But besides those maps, yeah, I mean, if you had more time, you could go in more depth of looking at the different maps. Same with the library, that you might find more stuff. But just with the 10 minutes or so that you've been in here, yeah, obviously the map of Caladrexia seems like Elise said, someone's obviously been looking at that more recently. But yeah, there's lots of other maps in there of different areas, different parts of the world you've never seen or heard of. You guys have certainly never heard of the island of Caladrexia too.
Is there a map of the area around the castle or by the town that we came from?
From Waybook? Yeah, there's a map that shows the greater region. It shows some areas to the north of the Barrier Mountains as well.
I'd like to take that one too, if it's not too heavy.
Well, yeah, I mean they're generally, paper or parchment.
Paper?
So yeah, so you can
Okay, so I'll take that
roll
one
and
too.
fold it up. Yeah. Okay. All right. What do you want to do now?
Go to the other rooms. Where's that other one? Moving along. This room over here. See, those dramatic statements would work a lot better if this program did not lag so much.
Which room?
This room over here. It's not working. Bottom left of screen on the other side of the
this room. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah, we can head off over there. Coming over at her, and do you need me to move you?
Roll D20 really is not my friend today.
All right, I'll move you over. What about you, Renault?
I got it.
I'm struggling.
Yeah, the longer we go, the more it lags too.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
But only for some of us.
Okay. When you approach this door, you don't need to roll for hearing noise, because you can definitely hear some noise in there. You can hear voices that sound familiar. They sound like goblin voices.
We can take them.
But
My loot.
you can hear like more than one, and obviously none of you speak goblin, but they kind of sound like they might be arguing. And then you can also hear a bit of bumps and thumps and the sound of bottles smashing on the ground.
They're drunk. We can take them.
And it's like shink.
We have the element of surprise.
So something sounds large in there, and it's poof, poof. But you can hear all these voices.
Yes, I know what this is.
Troll in the dungeon. Well, whatever it is, we have the element of surprise. And I'd rather we take them now, or we barricade the door so whatever's in there can't come out while we're exploring the rest.
I vote we
I'm going to look around and see if there's anything to barricade with, but I don't see anything in the hall.
A keyhole that we can look in, that we can see what's
The problem is I usually wait for Clover to be the voice of reason, but she can't be the voice of anything right now. So I don't know what to do.
She's like also super pissed at this moment, so she might not be the voice of reason.
We can always fight them, and if we turn out we can't take them, we can just lead them into the library, and either they take care of the worm or the worm take care of them.
That'll do.
We know where we stand, we can follow them.
So what are you guys going to do?
Is there any way of like peeking into the room?
You could probably crack the door open a little bit. You want to do a move silently check as you want to
Yes,
carefully,
please.
quietly
I would love to
open the
actually
door.
open the door before we barricade it to see what's actually in there.
Yep, open the door.
Yeah, I'm a. Okay, so I have to roll a d6. Hang on. See what happens. Oh, okay.
Did you roll?
4.
4. Okay. Actually, I'm actually supposed to roll you for your move silently. Hang on.
Oh, okay, hang on.
Yep. All right, I've just rolled. Okay, so you crack the door open a little bit, and you can definitely hear the voices louder now. It's like rah, 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 rah. And just peeking through the gap, you can kind of see some shelves with small little glass bottles with liquid in them.
That's it. That's all I can see.
But whatever's in there, you can't see through just a crack in the door. But like I said, you can definitely hear goblin voices.
Is it too big a risk, team? What do we think to actually go in? Should we just barricade the door? Is that safer? Because we don't want whatever's in there to come out after us while we're exploring the rest.
If those are potion bottles, we might need them. We drank both of our healing potions.
True. Clover looks like she wants to go in for snacking, is what Clover wants to do.
I feel like Clover needs to take out her frustration on someone.
I need to stab something, but that's all I'm going to be able to do is stab something.
It's right at this point. It's go hard or go no. So.
Wait, why am I sobbed?
Oh no, it's hard or harder. It's like go hard or.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Gnome harder.
No place like no.
Yeah, I was trying to make that work. I couldn't figure that one out.
Into the unknown. That's what we should do.
The unknown. That's right.
Into the unknown.
Don't tempt me. You'll enter the unknown.
Well, at least it's better than entering the no.
And now we're back to having bits of gnome in ya. It's all the same. It's the opposite, I guess. That's the opposite. It's you having a bit of you in the gnome. Oh god, I'm punchy.
Alright, you going in?
Clover wants to go in first, and she probably shouldn't.
We're throwing the gnome in there. Alright. Team, are we throwing the gnome in there? Into the unknown?
From the bag.
Yeah, please don't throw me in there. I will probably die from the fall of the throw. But I'm good. I'm pointing like into the room, like.
I pull out my dagger.
Okay. All right. So, Renault, do you want to go in first? Do you want to lead the way?
I guess I'm the only meat shield left.
Well, there's still Oglum. Throw Oglum.
And Frey. I mean, they're all there.
He's
Yeah.
quiet.
He's just been. Yeah. You can. He's not making any sound. You just hear him occasionally roll his eyes.
He also got silenced by the worm.
Yeah.
All right, in we go.
Wrong room.
To the left.
That's it. You're in there now. That's it. Yep.
Here we go.
All right. So Frey will come in, and as you go in, there's a series of like storage shelves or racks, and there are different bottles on there, and then they're lined. They're sort of if I can draw on it, I'll show you. There's like a series of they're sort of perpendicular. Trying to draw a straight line, but it's not working. Just clear those. Let's try it again. Yeah, so there's a series of shelves with bottles, and some of them on the floor you immediately see, but there is splashes of liquids, different coloured liquids on the floor. Oh, who's doing those lines? Is that you, Tracy?
Sorry, I was trying to help, but it went the wrong way. I tried to go the other way. So
Yeah,
never mind.
that's good. Yep. So like I said, there's a series of shelves, and then you can see that you can hear something towards the northern end of the room, and you see shadows on the wall as well from the movement of this thing, and and the voices from the goblins is quite loud. All right. So you going to investigate the noise?
I think we should.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll bring Uncle in. Yeah. So, who's it? Renault, are you going to creep forward and see what it is?
Yeah, but like super slowly,
Yeah. Okay. So you sort of got your spirit ready, and you're sort of slowly inching forward. And as you're walking forward, like I said, you can hear that the goblin voices are arguing, and it seems like there's a large shape in that part of the room, just from the shadow. You can't distinguish shadows of goblins. And then there's a large crash as one of the racks seems to have been knocked, and it just falls towards you, hitting the other shelf, which goes crash, 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 and the shelves sort of fall down, and there's bottles going everywhere and smashing, and liquids flashes, and it reveals. I can do this right. You're confronted by this creature, and it's hard to describe it. It's like this massive blob-like creature, sort of fleshy sort of blob, but you can see arms sticking out and legs sticking out, and you can even see faces and heads. Sort of, it's like, and these are goblin heads and legs, and they're talking to each other and yelling at each other and all that. But it's like you've just taken a bunch of goblins and just sort of gone.
Oh, it's very Evil Dead of you to do this.
Sort of squished together, and there's arms sticking out, and some of the arms are holding a sword still or whatever, and then there's tentacles and things sort of moving around and flashing and smacking and hitting bottles and stuff, and it's sort of flailing around. It's going, it can't really control itself.
In case we get incorporated into it.
And it sort of bang into the wall, and then it sort of turns towards Renault, and it sees him, and there's more than one goblin. They sort of look at you, and they sort of go, and they sort of lean towards, and they sort of, and it's this massive, like I said, this amalgamation of multiple goblins sort of squished together, but then it's mutated as well, there's tentacles and things.
It's like a transform.
And it's and one of the tentacles sort of shoots out to try and hit you, Renault.
Hey guys, you think we can take it?
roll. Yeah, the confidence is a bit lower this time. Roll for initiative.
Odd. All right.
Go for it, Renault.
What have we done? 6. Hey!
Ooh, bravo.
Oh, well done. Let's see.
Thanks. It was all skill.
Yep. We can tell. You've been practicing.
Oh,
boom! That's so good. We should get to go 3 times before it goes.
I know, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys can decide what you want to do. This thing is like lumbering towards Renault. Its tentacles sort of reaching towards him, and the goblin faces off. So,
Is this undead? Can Freyord turn the undead blob?
well, he can try. Yeah, I don't know if this is undead or not. We'll have to. He can try. Someone roll for Freyord. Roll a 2d6.
I'll do it since I can't do anything else. 2d6. Okay. 9.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Freyord sort of holds up his holy symbol and mutters some prayers, but the creature sort of just doesn't seem to take any heed of what he's doing.
Ooh. Does anybody have any like a tinderbox or something? I have oil. We can set this thing on. I have a tinderbox. I'm gonna yell. I can't yell. I'm gonna be like waving at Renault to get out of the way, and I'm going to throw a flask of oil at it, and like.
I have the spirits that I can douse it in as well. Remember?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I won't be able to tell you what I'm thinking.
Renault
I'll
was the
oil on
closest.
fire.
So, Renault, what do you want to do first?
Oh yeah, he would go first, right? Yeah.
You want to stab him with a spear, or you're stepping back, or what are you doing?
I'm getting out of dodge. I'm backing up.
Yep.
And then I'll probably throw my spear at it.
Yep. All right. Roll a d20.
Yeah, I got to use my spear. Oh God.
Oh, terrible throw. I think you got.
Stab myself in the
It probably hit one of the shelves and sort of bounced off.
I trip while falling backwards, and yeah.
Yeah.
As he's
All right.
moving backwards, he hits himself in the foot.
So Clover, you're gonna. Oh well, I'll do food missile stuff
I'm
first.
outside the room, so I should probably be way last.
Yeah.
Right?
So Oglum is in the room with his crossbow, so shoots off his crossbow. See if that does something. Okay, d20. Right, oh God.
Oh my God! All the 20s, and now we're getting all the ones.
Yeah, that's a terrible shot by Oglum. He just curses. You hear him curse as he goes, God damn it! All right, Clover, you moving in to do your flaming oil or whatever?
Yeah, I'll like step around the corner.
Yep. All right, so you're going into the
Be
room.
as close to the door as I still can. I'm going to set the oil on fire and throw it at it.
All right.
So I guess
Roll a d20.
So you're throwing a Molotov
18!
cocktail at it?
18! Yes, I basically Molotov cocktailed it. 18! 18! Come on, that's got to hit with an 18.
It does not hit. You gotta roll just 20s from here on out.
Okay.
Silently yelling.
18. Yes, that is good enough to hit. So the oil sort of splashes on it, and it catches. You've got it. You've ignited it from your. Actually, how would you have ignited it?
Tinderbox. I have a tinderbox.
Yeah. Okay.
So the oil would have been on fire on the top, and then I would have thrown it. Like whatever's open at the top, it wouldn't instantly burn, right?
Yeah. Okay, so that does a 1d8 splash damage, I think. Let's have a look.
Splash damage is a good band name.
What kind of band is it?
Like, kind of like punk.
I'm thinking like more ska. Like
Scar. Oil. Burning oil does 1d8 splash damage.
Ew.
Okay, so a bit of a burn. It does burn for more than one turn, though. So
yeah. And all the while, Clover is singing, "How can we dance when our beds are burning?"
Clover singing that silently.
Yeah.
Just looking.
Bow, bow, bow.
On behalf of my Aussie friend.
Yes.
And if you're too young to know that song, you should go look it up.
Does Midnight Oil, everyone. Classic Aussie band.
Yeah.
So it burns for 2 rounds, so it'll do damage next turn as well for 1d8. But yeah, your initial damage was not great. And that leaves Ada and Elise. Elise, you're by the doorway.
So can I cast magic whistle on it?
You'd have to move into the room, and I think once you've moved, you can't cast your spell.
Alright. Can I throw a dagger at it then? Or am I outside the room?
Well, you can move and then throw.
Can I move out after I throw? Like move in, throw, move out?
Yes, I would allow that.
Alright, then I move in and throw my dagger.
Okay, d20. Wow, we can't hit a side of a barn at the moment.
Happened. We all had the 20s, and now.
All right, Ada coming to save the day. If she can move her token, even.
Okay, so you can move. I think it's 30 feet. You're probably too far away to be able to. You can get to the doorway.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get to the doorway, and then I have my trusty crossbow.
No, I mean like you can't actually get a shot off because you're looking at this measurement.
Why am I in the hallway? This is a problem with this lag.
All right.
Wouldn't I be with the rest of the group?
Yeah, I'll bring you up. Hang on. Why can't I select you? Oh, that's right. I'm on the right player. Okay, I'll allow you to come in and shoot the crossbow.
Yes.
Roll d20. Maybe you'll be the one exception that actually hits something.
Yes.
Actually, no, Clover hit. Yes. What did you roll? 8. That's not good enough.
You heard my hem that was silent, right? Clover going hem.
No.
She did nothing in the last fight. This fight, currently, she's done a big whopping 2 points of damage.
Yep. All right, and with that, this creature sort of lumbers towards you guys.
And this creature is going to have to tap out soon.
Yeah, I was just thinking, maybe we shall pause on this cliffhanger and.
The lumbering goblin monster thing.
In the middle of the fight of
Wait. So like right before commercial break, like this thing like charges at us and then it goes to black and it says like stay tuned for the next episode.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah. The tentacles lunge towards Renault and Freyord and some of the hands have like axes or swords and they're sort of swinging as well. And the faces of the goblins are meanwhile it's actually it's on fire as well, so yeah, it's pretty frightening.
It's on fire, of course.
It's like what it looks like is a giant caramel blob. So it's like a giant caramel blob monster.
Yeah, I was trying to find appropriate sort of creature. I might have to make I'll have to make a nice
like a Hershey's
token
from hell.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like
yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, okay, we'll finish up then. All right.
Yeah, I think this is a good spot. Yeah.
Yeah, Clover can't talk.
Clover can't talk. Can't cast spells.
This bothers nobody.
And this is the only thing she's managed to do that's useful this entire in two sessions. She caught a giant flaming blob goblin monster on fire.
And pissed off a librarian.
Well, yeah. That librarian's gonna deal with that later.
All right then, guys. Well, thank you very much for this.
Yeah, that's good.
Like I said, we'll check our calendars and hopefully we can get another session going pretty soon. But yeah, thanks very much again, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
And have a good weekend, the rest of the weekend. And we'll see you next time.
You guys too.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Bye guys. Bye.
Thank you.